Live. What's good, y'all? It's your man DL Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. That's right, Uncle Saint is here with his random ass schedule. I do apologize for that, but school is going to start soon. And once that happens, I think I'll be able to settle into a, at least one day a week, I'll be able to settle in on a certain, like a real time. Like I'll get back to that 5 or 6 o'clock window. Yeah, I think I can get back into that. But until then, it's just gonna be random, y'all. It's just gonna be random. We got brother Carlos in the building, man. That's one of my favorite pilots. What's good, fam? What's happening, bro? Man, crazy what happened to Air India, man. I still haven't talked about that. Just kind of waiting. But it's so much going on with that, bro. Like the shutting off the fuel to both your engines, man, and you on the 777. What a crazy incident, accident, crash. I'm real curious to see how that thing turns out, man. But you know, something similar at Van Nuys happened like that years and years ago. It was a Citation, I believe it was, maybe a Premier jet. Took off, really inexperienced pilot, and a really experienced pilot there. You know, the senior guy was like the safety guy, was trying to get the younger guy some jet time. And I wasn't there that day. I was in Vegas, but on the climb out, one of the cargo bins opened up on the plane. Like I think it was a Citation, and it just shot up on the front. The young guy got startled and chopped the power to both engines, man, and they just went in just north of Reseda in somebody's backyard. Kind of similar to what happened, you know what I mean, in India. But bro, crazy. We got brother Smeagol's in the building. What's good? Checking in from down under, bro. Hanging, you know what I mean, making it happen over there in Australia, man. Good to see you, brother. You know it's always good. We got brother Donnie in the building. What's happening? Uh-oh, audio's a bit off. Let me check this out, man. I will fix that right away. Thanks, bro. The one time I didn't check the audio, man, I appreciate that. And what happened? It jumped to the camera. Jump to the camera. That should do it. So we're gonna listen to it and see. There it is. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all looking out for Uncle Saint. You know what I'm saying? I think we got feminine gremlins. Don't want me to talk. They don't want to hear this. Got those feminist gremlins out here in my equipment, bro. They don't want to hear this. Brother Pitney in the building. What's happening? Please. Yes, please like the video. Please share all that good stuff, man. We got we got people hitting us up. The numbers are going up again, man. Like people are starting to, check it out. I think that with this particular platform, with I Really Want to Know, because we're all over the place, man. The successful YouTubers stay in one lane and they just build up a huge following in that lane. And it's the same thing over and over and over again, which is cool. I ain't got no problem with that. But over here, we talking about everything, bro. Next week, man, listen, I'm working on doing that thing that brother Cody wants. I'm gonna review that Nick thing, the Fuentes thing with what's her face. Because I said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be doing that. We'll kind of delve into that a little bit. We'll talk a little bit conspiracy stuff, man. I'm gonna get my tinfoil hat ready. But also we're gonna be talking about another big rock from outside of our solar system, possibly outside of our galaxy, man. Y'all remember Oumuamua, right? Remember that? I think it was called Oumuamua or something. That big rock that they found that kind of floated through our solar system, and people were saying it's a spaceship. Well, it's another one coming, man. I think it's like 3-1 slant Atlas is coming. It's supposed to be like 100 times bigger than Oumuamua. Bro, we got to talk about this. Like never before have we had interstellar objects coming to our solar system, and now we've had 2. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. When I see that, I'm just kind of thinking like we're about to get colonized, bro. And it's
well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah, man. Them aliens
Where's
coming,
the real
bro.
pretty shit now, man?
You
finished? That's it, man.
Game over, man. So yeah, we're gonna get into this, man. We're gonna talk about why women seem to be unhappy and getting unhappier. It is what it is, man. Did I Did we do our intro? We didn't do our intro. Let's do our intro. Let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Some indeed. So yeah, man, we good to go. Yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get some. We are about to make this happen. I know people really like this topic, man, and this is something that we just need to be talking about, man. We need to talk about it until like elected officials and preachers and the crazy people on the corner are talking about it. We need to keep pushing this out there because, bro, it's a problem. It's a real problem. And it's a problem that, bro, we don't even have to be going through this, but we are. So we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to stick with it. Ladies, this show is definitely for y'all. Like if we have some ladies out there, Ninja, watching, please, jump in there, throw some comments, let us know. Because the way I see it, and I have no proof on this, I'm just, I'm just making up some numbers here. But anecdotally speaking, from my point of view, just me being out here in these trenches, I would say about half of the women have the relationships that they want or the relationships that they're cool with right now. And of that half, you have women who are married and all that kind of stuff. You have women who are in long-term relationships with their dude or whatever. You got that. And then you have like the other half. And then that other half is including the women who are running their rotations. They're monkey branching to the next guy. You know what I mean? Like they just can't get past, their hypergamous nature. Right. And that includes a bunch of women who are just busted. I mean, I've never in my life seen so many unattractive women, like below median women that are just out here getting loud and talking about how fine they are and this and that. I'm talking about women with a bunch of makeup on and they still. It's like, bro, she ain't that fine. Yo, give me another cognac and leave the bottle type thing. Like I'm going to have to get obliterated to try to do something with this shorty. But they're out there, man, and we're gonna talk about that, man. We are going to talk about that, man. Appreciate you, Smeebles, man. Have fun in your meeting, man. Take care of business, man. Like, yo, brother Smeebles is over there holding it down, man. I really appreciate your support, bro. You've always been there for me, man, and I am truly grateful, man. So now handle your business, bro. We'll catch you on the next one and catch this on Team Replay. Brother Penny was like, fun fact, it would take less than 30 seconds for an asteroid to hit the Earth's surface once it breaks the Kamaya line. I'm pronouncing that wrong. Assuming on average speed of 20 kilometers per second. Yeah, bro. Doesn't take long. Like once it's here, bro. Once you see it starting to spark up and flare up, it's over. It's over. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about that, bro. It's a lot of talk about that. 31 Atlas. I think it's 31 slant Atlas. I'm curious to see if this thing speeds up and slows down and kind of maneuvers weirdly. We'll see. Not a lot of talk about this in mainstream media. I've seen some local affiliates talk about it, but like I haven't seen, the big morning news shows pick it up yet, but I'm sure they will. So man, let's get into what we came here to talk about, y'all. You know what I mean? Let's get in and talk about it. We're going to start with Sister Patience Xina. I do subscribe to her channel. I suggest you guys do the same. I like her points of view. I mean, she's a young woman. Of course, she's getting older. I believe she's in UK somewhere. I could be wrong, but I believe she's in UK somewhere. And I don't consider her a pick-me. A lot of people, a lot of women get mad at these, women like her, like Sister Xina, want to call them pick-me's and stuff like that. But this young woman is just talking about what she's seeing out here in the trenches, and she's using some logic. So I really like listening to her, especially on this particular topic. So we're going to start with her, and then we're going to move on to our man. You know what I'm saying? My man's in them, Stay Slick with Kit. He's definitely over in London. We're going to move over to that, and then we're going to finish with FBE Capital. Bro, that's if YouTube let us even do it. They be on him. But please like, share, subscribe with this. Go over there and subscribe to their channels and check out their content, especially Kit. Man, Kit is on the move, bro. He's doing good work. He's doing it the right way. He shared with me some stuff that he has coming up in the future. It's top secret. Y'all can't say nothing, but when it drops, I will let y'all know so we can go over there and support the brother. He's doing it right, bro. He's not bringing a bunch of women on at one time. It's one at a time, one-on-one. I think he might have had 2 women. He was interviewing 2 women once. He had like 2 women sat on the couch. But for the most part, 95% of his content is him just interviewing one woman. And it's hard to get sidetracked. You'll get an opportunity to really see what's on that particular woman's mind. And you can compare it to all the other ones, and you'll see, man, that programming, bro, what they say what is it? The hard drive's the same, or the software may be different, but the hard drive's the same, or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not a computer person. I'm old school, but y'all get my point. Doesn't matter the woman, they always seem to land on the same talking points, which means they're all in the herd, bro. They're all in the herd. We got Brother Mandrell in the building. What's good, fam? My favorite Green Beret in the house. I got to be careful when I say that because I know a lot of Green Berets, but they don't get jealous. Them boys, they just own something different, man. So let's check this out. Let me pull it up. And here she is right here, Patience Xina. She's talking about young women are giving up on men and dating, which we have our own take on that. But let's listen. Oh, stop the presses. Stop the damn presses. We have a VIP in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the one, the only, the great one, Sister Miss AKA Ladies in the building. What's good, sis? What's good, sis? What's happening? I've been all right. Thank you. I'm glad I'm back too. Thank you. I've been all right, just out here hustling, doing my thing. I know you hustling, doing your thing, girl. What you growing in that garden these days? What you growing? You got some watermelons back there, some tomatoes. What you growing back there? But let's get into this, yo. Let's check out this video. Oh man, hold on. Oopsie. Daggone it. I got all excited because Miss A.K. Ailey was here and I done forgot to hit the mute button. All right, here we go.
Hello, my dears. So dating is tough for a lot of people right now. And it seems that many young women are taking to social media to vent and express their frustrations about modern dating. And so I thought we could have a look at that today.
I'm so fucking tired of being disappointed by men. I'm so fucking tired of getting hurt. I'm so fucking tired of men lying and then calling it honesty. I'm so tired of men pretending like they want to be in a relationship with you and literally pretend and act like they are in a relationship with you just for them to turn around weeks later and say they don't want a relationship with you. So what the fuck were you doing the entire time? Were we playing pretend? How old are we? I thought we stopped playing pretend when we turned like 9. Why?
Not when it comes to getting that Foxy Brown. No, they don't stop playing pretend. They'll never stop playing pretend because they're out of your league. All he wanted to do was get you back to the house so he can. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. And she's mad because she's chasing the top tier dudes. Listen, I've said this before and I'll say it a million times more. Most of us fit on that scale of 0 to 10 somewhere between 4 and 6. That's where most of us live. Most of us live there. This one right here, this lady right here, she definitely lives there. She's definitely there. With makeup on, she might be able to get to the 5. Remember, 5's the median. 5's the median, right? So, and I remember I go 0 to 10. I don't go 1 to 10. I go 0 to 10. So 5's the median. So she's just mad because she's getting pumped and dumped. She knows what time it is. She keeps doing it. What do they say about folks who keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome? Yeah.
Why are we still doing it? Why are you a little boy in a man's body? Why have you not matured yet? Why do I have to be disappointed and feel like a fool every fucking time? I'm so tired. Because from what I've also learned about guys is that they know right away. They know pretty early on if they see it with you or they don't. And they're not going to waste their fucking time if they don't see it. Right. And I'm not talking about like just keeping you around, kind of breadcrumbing you just to like be able to get into your pants so that, you know, you go out on a night out so that they can text you at 2 a.m. and you come over. I'm just saying, like, I've gone through enough. I've been through enough that like I know the difference. I can usually spot the difference. I'm talking about guys that are coming over, cooking me dinner, hanging out multiple times a week, going on dates, paying for things. I'm meeting their friends, they're meeting my friends. Like, very much dating, right? So you can do all of the long-term relationship-y things with me, but then turn around and say you don't see the long-term relationship with me. Everyone's like, oh my God, Lindsay, how do you deal with heartache? How do you deal with like getting rejected and getting your feelings hurt? I like don't handle it well, but the more it happens, the better I become at just like fucking letting it go. I used to always turn it around and be like, okay, well, what happened and why me and what did I do wrong and why didn't he like me? Now, there's no rhyme or reason. I've literally learned that it is nothing to do with me. And that's not to say I'm perfect. That's not to say that like, you know, everyone has to like me, but it doesn't matter honestly what they tell me. It doesn't make it any better. So asking them like what went wrong, save yourself time. Save yourself the text message. Save yourself. They're gonna lie. You're never gonna get the real truth.
There seems to
Yo, she's mad. She's fiery. Mandrill has a point. Maybe dude just changed his mind. Yeah, that's possible. But more than likely, she's going after dudes that are 7 and up. Remember, we live between 4 and 6. So she's trying to holler at a 7, 8, 9, or a 10. Really, she's trying to get the 8, 9s, and 10s. Let's keep it 100. She's trying to get the 9s and 10s. Ladies, the top tier dudes will smash you. But he invited me over. He invited them all over. You in the rotation. He's trying to figure out where you fit in the lineup and if he is going to keep you in the lineup. That's what he's trying to figure out. Well, he cooked for me. I cook all the time. I'm cooking for me. You just happen to be there. You just happen to be there. Especially if you're coming over early. I like to do things early. We established this, right? I like to, especially with the new ones. I don't do it anymore. Not really, because I'm busy raising my daughter. But once my daughter's out of high school, we might get back to it. But I will have you over early for breakfast. And guess what? I'll make pancakes or I'll make eggs or omelet, however you want it, right? I'll have sausage there, turkey sausage. I'll have pork. I'll have whatever. I'll have different types of toast, butter if you want it. And this is just, I eat like that, right? And I used to work at Perkins Family Restaurant, so I can whip up a nice omelet. I can whip up whatever you want. I can make waffles, got a waffle urn. You know what I mean? What do you want? I got you. You want a crepe? I can make that too. What do you want in your crepes? You want strawberries in there? I can whip it up real quick, put some strawberry gel in there or something like that. I can put some peaches in there. What do you want? I know how to cook. And I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it because I like it. Right? So when you come in the house, you're going to smell that. Woo, smells like cinnamon. Yeah, because I'm cooking. Has nothing to do with you. Your mind took off. You the one thinking you going to be the next Mrs. D.L. Saint. I ain't going to say that. All I said was bend over, touch your toes. You know what I mean? Anything goes. That's what I said. Don't get mad. Don't hate the players, hate the game, ladies. You keep going after these top tier dudes, this is what's going to happen. Brother Pitney is right, man. Like, this is how women act once the defecation hits the oscillator, bro. For real. And for those people who don't speak military term, man, when the shit hits the fan, this is what they look like. They get mad. And guess what? If she would simply talk to a dude who's in the 4 to 6 range like she is, the invisible guys, the dudes that she put in the friend zone, she wouldn't have to go through this. She wouldn't have to go through it. So she's sad, but whose fault is it really? Whose fault is it really? we got Dr. B in the building. Good. What's good, fam? What's good? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, we decided to go with that murder track, bro. That's that. We finna beat it up. We finna blow the back up out of here. Yeah. We finna. There's another. It was a clip I wanted. It was Frisco Kid on One Extra. It was a freestyle. It was him. I think it was him, Lady Saul, and Wayne Wonder. And he was like, big up to the women who flexed the best and they made him stop. I still might use that one. I still might use that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? I still might use it. It's fire. If y'all ain't seen it, it's fire. Look, Dr. B love it. He like, yeah, more fire. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, man, look, it's time for us to have some fun. And it's not that we're callous over here. It's not that we don't care, ladies. It's not that we're reveling in your failure. You know, we're not happy because you're sad. That's not the case at all. We're just sitting here Because first of all, men been dealing with this forever. We already get it. You know what I mean? You shoot your shot, you go for whoever you want. More than likely, she gonna say no. Just walking down the street, men understand it's a numbers game. Even the dudes were good at game. When I was out there at my peak, bro, I'm telling you, I was gunning at everybody, man. That ABTS, where you think I got that from, man? Always be talking shit. That was me. I used to talk so much shit. I used to wear a bib, keep it off my shirt, bro. Always, and you just never know where it's gonna get you. I can't tell you how many times I found myself in a situation just because I was talking that madness. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're here. Shocked me. I didn't think it was going to be there. I was just staying sharp, using my game, whatever, trying to get a smile, making conversation, whatever. Sometimes it goes the distance, right? Sometimes you get smacked in the face. It is what it is. And that's metaphorically speaking. I've never been smacked in the face for something I said, anything like that. But this woman is mad because it is difficult when you're going after the guys who have all the options, when you're going after the top tier men, right? And I just want to be serious for a moment here, ladies. When you're going after these dudes, understand that they don't hunt the way you hunt. A woman will see a dude that she's not into, an invisible man, and say, ick, ill, gross, get away from me. A dude will be like, yeah, I'll smash. Yeah, like I'll smash, and then send you on your way and forget your name. If he'll forget he ever smashed you. That's what's going on at the top end. Y'all need to understand that and accept that, ladies. And the sooner you do that, the better.
Be a lot of people these days who are happy to do relationship things but are scared to actually call it a relationship. And I find it bizarre, if I'm being entirely honest. Maybe it's a fear of commitment thing, I'm not entirely sure. I remember seeing a guy online say that he would have to live with a girl for at least a year before he would feel comfortable making her officially his girlfriend. When he was asked why, he said because he had worked so hard to build so much, so he'd need to fully trust her before he can give her that title. And the first thing I thought was, one, I really hope men like this are a rarity. And two, why are people treating relationships with this level of seriousness? It's not marriage. To me, it seems like situationships have replaced relationships, and relationships have become the new marriage, based on how people treat them at least. It does make me wonder if this is because of the fact that marriage has been devalued a lot in Western countries, with many now seeing it as nothing more than just a piece of paper. And as less people get married, it seems like having a relationship and cohabiting is now the new final stage for many couples. And so,
you know, it's not just that. Sister Xina, if you're watching, I hope you're watching. It's not just that. And if you are watching, outstanding work. Keep it up, girl. Keep leading from the front. I like what you're doing. But the thing is, guys, especially the guys who've done the work, they realize that the marriage rules don't work for them. It just don't. If you in the West, here in the U.S., I don't know what's going on in UK. I don't know what. I understand. Brother Schmeebles is telling us what's going on over in Australia. It's even worse than what's going on here, right? I don't know what's going on in Canada, but I know it ain't good because Rich Cooper be talking about it. I've talked to him about it. He's like, yeah, bro, it ain't good up here. But here in the U.S., whichever person in that marriage has it, and then the marriage ends through no fault divorce or whatever, they're gonna lose what they have. They're gonna lose half. Be it the male or the female. The family court system don't care about gender, right? So people understand it's a bad deal. So what are they doing to cope with it? Well, I'll just, be my girlfriend. Now, the whole cohabitation, now you're getting into common law, marriage stuff. So, you got to be careful with that, know the laws of your state. And you're setting yourself up. She gets mad, decides to call the police and lie on you and says you beat her to do whatever. You got to deal with that. But people are looking at marriage and they're like, they don't want to do it because they've done too much work. They put in too much work. It's gotten too hard. And Sister Miss AKA lady, she's saying, but even the top man can be shaken by the right woman. LOL. Samson didn't stand a chance, guys. Good luck. True. But you got to understand something. Most of the top tier dudes, they really know what they're doing. Yes, he could fall for a chick. Yes, he could fall for the wrong chick. Yeah, it might cost him a little bit, but he's a top tier dude. So she got him for some bags, some nice dinners, maybe, business class or first class flights someplace. right? He fell for her. He began to be the good boy. He began to do everything for her. He's no longer the bad boy. She's like, oh, he's really a good guy. Maybe she did some grimy, like smash one of his homies or something like that. And then she's gone. But it won't take him long to shake back. And then when he does shake back, remember what Samson did when he shook back, right? Right? Yeah, she cut his hair. Yeah, she did what she was paid to do. She handled her business because Samson had a thing for 304s. Let's not forget that. She was the number one 304 in the area, and all of his enemies went to her like, we need you to use your 304 magic on this guy and find out his secret and handle that. So she found out his secret, right? And then they went back to her like, well, we need you to cut his hair. And then when that happened, they had him for a minute. But Samson came back with the power of the Almighty, and he took care of business, right? So I'm just saying, it's hard to beat the top tier. Hard to beat them. Brother Damon in the building, what's good, fam? How you feeling, man? Let's give you some love. Yeah, it's been a while, bro, but we back, man. I'm trying to get back into it. I promise you I'll get back to being consistent. Thank you for coming through. Joe Cool in the building, what's good, fam? But we're back. And Sister AKA lady, she's like, man, I'll be damned if a man requires 1 year of habitation to claim me. Okay, LOL. You can't get my home address without claiming me. And that's what's up. Ladies, if you're out here in the game, have your standards, whatever those standards may be, even if your standards are crazy. What Miss AKA lady is saying is not crazy, by the way, in my opinion. But whatever your standards are, live by that. 10 toes down, deal with that. That's what you're going to be. But here's the thing. Most women set aside their standards when they finally come across that top tier dude. They have the rules for the invisible guys, the betas, the bottom 80 dudes. They break those rules when it comes to a real top tier guy. So that's part of the game. So I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I'm just saying there are a lot of women who do that, especially these young chicks. You know what I mean? And sisters continuing, most men have their thing for 304s. Talk about an obvious blind side. Yeah, they do, bro. Yeah, they do. I know so many dudes that have met their downfall because of 304s, period. In the streets, you know what I mean? In the corporate world, especially in Hollywood. Out there in Hollywood land, bro, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's all I got to say about that. Let's get back to the video.
So as a result, they've kind of taken on the place of marriage. And then situationships have then taken the place of how relationships used to be treated and viewed. But that's just my theory anyways. And it could explain why some people do relationship things before officially becoming boyfriend and girlfriend. Because seeing each other or having a situationship does to me seem like it's the new relationship phase of our times.
Yo, I just be so uninterested. Like, there's so much I want to do. I want to act. I want to do my first stand-up comedy set. Like, I want to do so much. And every time I give my attention to a dude, they be interested for a little bit, and then it starts dwindling. And you're not gonna play with me and waste my time. When I tell you I've wasted so much time, y'all, I want to date. I really do. But it's they be like, oh, don't give up because the next guy. Well, how many guys I gotta go through before I get to the one that ain't gonna waste my time? Shit. It's like, okay.
Where should we begin on this one? So, sis, the top tier, here's the thing, and it doesn't matter race, it doesn't matter what community you're from, we're going to keep hearing the same. She's going for the top tier guys. All these women say the same thing. It goes good up until a point, and then they ghost me or this and that, or I found out. Well, what is that point? At what point does the guy really show his colors and begins to move on? It's right after he... That's when it is. And they still haven't pieced it together. Like, yo, saying like right here. A lot of makeup on. You know what I mean? She's got her hair looking good. You know what I mean? Got her braces on. She's getting that part together. She's handling her business. But that makeup comes off. What's underneath? Where do you land when you take the makeup off? Let me guess. Somewhere between 4 and 6 on a scale of 0 to 10. That's where you land. Sis, if you tired of these dudes blowing your back out and moving on, stay away from the top tier dudes. Stay away from them. Don't give them what they're looking for. Don't let them smash. They're going to move on. 3-day rule. They going to give you 3 days or 3 days. It might be less than that now, the way these youngins be moving. But the 3-day rule used to be standard. 3 days or 3 days. If he ain't smashing by then, he is not calling you no more. So quit giving him what he's looking for. If you're looking for the dude that really wants you, he ain't thinking about the sex. I'm just keeping it 100. He ain't thinking about it because he has a rotation. He's getting what he wants. If he's really into you, he ain't thinking about the sex. Why would he be into you? Because you adding value. Figure out how to add value. Figure out how to make him look good. Figure out how to help him get to the finish line. That's how you do it. I'm just saying. Brother Michael Lee in the building. What's good, fam? What's good? Man, we over here talking that talk. You know how we get down, bro. You know what I mean? Like, tell her to wear her real hair, get rhythm makeup, and lose some weight. Hey, man, he ain't lying. A lot of people like, yo, you ain't got to be mean. He telling the truth. He ain't lying. But guess what? Them bottom 80 dudes, man, they'll take her just the way she is, man, and love her. And want to move with her, grow with her, build with her. Them dudes, there are dudes out there, probably just making up a number here, around 80% of the available dudes would love to be with her. But she ain't thinking about them dudes. She ain't trying to be with them dudes. And therein lies the problem. Yes, Miss AKA Lady, 3 days or 3 dates. And I'm here to tell you, my God, even with my old butt right now, and I'm in mid-50s, that shit still plays. It still plays. And rarely do I get past the second date. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you know. And it's not, I've never said anything to talk a woman into smashing me, ever. In fact, I'm the exact opposite. I keep my mouth shut. I've mastered my game to the point where I keep my mouth shut. I don't put my foot in my mouth, and I just let it happen. It's her smashing me. It's not me smashing her. And a lot of dudes have figured this out. Yeah, 3-day rule? Boy. Yes. Yes, 3-day rule. Still in effect. Like I said, it's probably less than that. It's probably 2 days. It's probably hours. They probably got an 18-hour rule now. I'm telling you, these young girls out here, all they go to is the Foxy Brown. That's what they go to. They throw the Foxy Brown, and they're surprised that the dude on the other end is catching. Yeah, you want to pitch that down there? He's going to crouch down there like, I got that. Yes, that's it. He's going to catch it. Simple as that. Hey, like what I know about Campbellton, bro, you know, man, we call it Dub in Cincinnati, man. I've always loved Dub, bro. Always, man. Beanie Man, Cableton, Bounty Killer. You know what I mean? You just name it, bro. There's a on YouTube, if you type in Yellow Man Champion, that is like the best video I've ever seen, bro. They put together, they did this track, bro. It has Bougie Bonton's on there, man. Shaba's on there, bro. Ike Mouse is on there, man. Like everybody, bro, you got to see it. Type in, let me see, man, if I can find it. Remind me by the end of this video. I'll pull it up and we'll show just a little taste of it. Cause copyright, I don't want to get in too much trouble. We just throw a little taste in there. Brother Cardos, he's like, yep, 3 days to 3 days. True. Anyone who knows anything about the game, anybody out there who is chasing in these trenches, doing the thing, these dudes are going to tell you, man, 3 days to 3 days. Because the top tier dudes are not hurting for women, man. All women seem to want the same type guy. So if you're successful as a dude, if you're knocking down 7, 8s, and 9s, a 10 occasionally, if you up there, bro, you got mad women. They want to holler at you because they didn't see you when you was out with that 10. Even if it was just dinner, you didn't even get to smash the 10, but they saw you. So next time they out, they going to holler at you. Right? It's just funny. Women beget women. The more women I'm with, the more women want to holler at me. It's crazy. But if you're a good boy doing it right, going to church, eating your Wheaties and eating your vegetables and all that stuff, reading your Bible, you ain't out there with no women, bro. There ain't nobody trying to holler at you. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? That's all I'm saying. Right? Lil Shorty is average at best. Like I said, we all of us, and I'm just keeping it 100. All of us fit between 4 and 6. Right? And then at the bottom, you have that 0 to 3, which is just, people got all kind of maybe birth defects. You know, maybe unfortunately, they got scarred up or blown up or in the fire or whatever. Just life just gave them a bad hand. You got them. And then on the other end of that spectrum, the 7 through 10s, I mean, those are just the people. So it would be 80% of us fall between 4 and 6. And this is just my take on this, guys. I don't have any official numbers. I would say 80% of us fall between 4 and 6 on a scale of 0 to 10, right? Then I would say 10% fall between 0 and 3, and then 10% falls between 7 and 10. I think that's the breakdown. That's what I've noticed just coming up. I was thinking about this about maybe 6-7 months ago, and I was just like, oh, that's the breakdown. 80% of us are average. You got 10% that are above average, and you got 10% that are below average. That's my take on it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Let's continue with the video.
Okay, I gotta go through 7 more waste of times before I get to the one that's serious. Like, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I'm just gonna focus on myself, and if God gonna have to tap me on my shoulder himself and be like, that's it, my child. That is who I sent for you. Other than that, I am good. I really am good. Like, I'm tired mentally. I can't do it anymore.
Whose fault is that?
When you think about it, dating actually is something that does require effort, especially in this day and age when people aren't having things like arranged marriages, or they're not being linked together through friends and family like they used to. Like back in the day, you used to hear a lot more people saying, oh, I met this person through family, or I met this person through a friend, you know, this person kind of brought us together or whatever. You don't hear as many stories of that anymore. I think a lot of the time people are dating online, and people just aren't on their best behavior online. Compared to when people were meeting through friends and family, you could kind of vet the people you were giving your time to, because you knew that they knew this family member or they knew this friend. And so they could kind of like vouch for you and give you a bit of a rundown of what kind of person that person is. Whereas with online dating, like none of that exists. Like, so you have no idea what kind of person this person is, whether they're being genuine, whether they're being deceptive in order to get something from you or what. So yeah, I think anyone who's doing online dating really is in the trenches. And it's not just women, because I've seen men as well, kind of, although it's harder to find videos of men talking about this. I don't know why. I guess, you know, it's just...
Men don't talk about it because we understand the game. The invisible dudes understand the game, right? On that scale of 0 to 10, right? All men, the 0s, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9s, and 10s, they all understand the game. So men aren't going to cry about it. Men know that dating online dating is a trap, and they're just going to be after their money. Men understand this and they accept it. Men know this, right? Men know, like, women going to be trying to pressure for your, you know what I mean, for your pockets, basically. Try to get some experiences out of you. Dude to know, like, yeah, she really ain't into me like that. But I'm still going to run this play. Screw it. We'll just see. We'll just try it. Men know it. Men know when they send money to their favorite OF chick, or when they send money to their favorite YouTuber, like the Maddie Reactions, right? Her fan base has to be 90 plus, probably 96% men. And when those men send her money, send her gifts, send her things, right? They know that she wouldn't remember, doesn't know them. She, you know, she sees the name. She, you know, they understand it's probably not even her answering the DMs and answering the text messages and whatnot. Dudes know this. It's women who get surprised when they find out. Oh, you just had an epiphany, did you? Oh, you just found out you just wanted to blow your back out, huh? You just found that out, huh? You just figured out that he wanted to bend you over, you know what I mean, sideways, and he wanted to... And when he was done, he kicked you out and didn't remember your name? Oh, really? Oh, you just figured that out. Okay. Well, whose fault is that? And Miss AKA lady, ain't nothing wrong with that, sis. You need to take care of that. If you're dealing with a dude who's too greasy, whatever, you see what it is, you know what I mean, just, all right, move on. Don't waste his time, and that's letting him know he ain't wasting yours. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And Brother Donnie, you're right, man. It's crazy how a lot of these ladies let dudes that they're not even interested in inflate their egos. Bro, wait till we get to that. We haven't even gotten to that yet, bro. Wait till we get to that. You know what I mean? It's like 5 years average, bro. It's the median. If every woman is a 10 as they think, then who the hell is the average? Exactly. 5 is truly the median. 0 to 10, 5 is the median. Half of the people are above that and half of the people are below that. That's just how it works, man. that's just how it works. Arranged marriages work better because expectations are different. You can't expect perfection. Great point, sis. Great point. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, she can still lose some weight, get rid of the makeup. And of course, modern black women, please get rid of the weave, hair hats, and bat eyelashes. Please take lashes. Please take lashes are not attractive. Right? I mean, bro, I'm with you. But this is, for whatever reason, this is what women believe that men want. This is the beauty standard. And I know the reason. It's not for whatever reason. The reason is these dudes are gassing them up. These dudes are telling them how beautiful they are and just gassing them up with all the makeup and the lashes and the weaves and the BBLs and the whatever, because the dudes just want to smash. That's what it is. And they believe it. They believe it. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Bro, dudes are gassing them up. And I'm here to tell you, if these guys, like if the bottom 80 dudes continue to walk away, right, and hold out, then you're going to see that stuff go away. You're going to see women take the makeup off, at least wear less. You're going to see the eyelashes go away. Once the dudes stop gassing them up, women will come around quick. Cody is King's in the building. What's good, fam? A lot of them would look bad without makeup, but if they were, again, if they stayed within their range, if they stayed within that 4 to 6 range, the dudes wouldn't care. The dudes wouldn't care. The top tier dudes ain't messing with it, but there will be dudes. I mean, think about those like 300 and 400 pound women. They got boyfriends, yo, like real boyfriends. So yeah, bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Like I've been with women that, you know, I've been with dimes. I'm not bragging or anything like that. I just wanted to put it out there. I've been with some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Like just gorgeous, hands down. Some of the, I mean, global scale, just beautiful. Right. And I'm talking about just kind of, they're with me. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. And I've been with women, I mean, like 3.5, 4. Right. I mean, for real. But I've always had the best time with the women who weren't as attractive. My whole thing is, I mean, just, you know, imperfection is perfection to me. I love those women who have those blemishes, who have those birth, what do you call it? Birthmarks and stuff like that. They have these little things. Of course, they could cover them up with makeup, but I love the women who are just like, man, I'm not perfect. And I'm like, you know what? Imperfection to me is perfection. And then you can get to know who they are. And a few of these women, bro, I had my chances, bro. I could have married some really good women, and they went on to be happy and successful, and they won. You know what I mean? But they weren't gorgeous. They weren't top 10. You feel me? They nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. But they were great people. So I screwed up. You know what I mean? Brother D, Brother Donnie, he was like, nah, a lot of these chicks look like Morgan Freeman without makeup. Ain't no way they're walking out without makeup. But they can still get on. I'm telling you, bro, they can still get on. It's ugly. They could look like Celie from The Color Purple, bro. They'll still get on. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And Miss AKA lady, you're right. Yeah, black women get the most over the natural look. It's a wild situation, but I ain't seen some sisters with like the afro puffs or afros or shaving or whatever, and just beautiful, man. No real makeup. I ain't seen some beautiful black sisters out there just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. And just like I said, imperfection is perfection to me. Yeah, there are women out there who do it too much. They put on way too much makeup. And again, it's like, who you gonna be with? You know what I mean? And I mean, it is what it is. Let's continue.
The differences between the sexes, but women are much more likely to take their problems to social media, whereas men, on the other hand, aren't. But in real life conversations, I've heard men talk about how dating can be a struggle for them too, because there are some women who are also not looking for relationships or also not looking for anything serious. They are just looking for a free meal and free entertainment, and also an ego boost. Some of the women who go on dating apps have no intention of really dating. They just want to know if men find them desirable. Yep. And so they kind of use these apps as a way to kind of gauge how attractive they are based on the kind of attention they get on them, but they have no desire to actually meet these guys on dates or go out with them or whatever. So even if they match, nothing ever comes of it. So it seems like everyone on both sides is in the trenches, to be honest, when it comes to online dating. And that seems to be like quite a large place for where a lot of young people are finding potential partners. So I've been saying it since day one, and I'll say it again. We need to scrap the apps. That should be a chant. Scrap the apps.
This might be dramatic. I'm not saying that it's not. Is anyone else just tired of dating?
Look at
I
those
literally
lashes.
just sat in my car for 20 minutes crying because I'm so tired of pointless conversations and meaningless interactions with people that go absolutely nowhere. And by the way, no one has hurt my feelings. Nothing has happened to trigger this except for me just realizing, like, what is the point? Truly.
What's the point? What's the point?
Like, no one dates with intention and actually wants anything serious, and it's just like constant disappointment.
They do date with intention, shorty. And they serious about blowing your back out. They serious about that. Leave the top tier dudes alone.
And I'm just tired of having that negative energy in my life. I also feel like I'm getting older, and it's like I have to put some effort into dating or I'm just gonna be alone forever. But now I'm just honestly getting to a point where I'm just gonna be the single aunt. And I think I'm okay with that.
Real talk, that's sad. That's sad. I mean, she could take those eyelashes off and just have normal nails. She, her hair is nice. She's cute. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's got a few extra pounds. So what? She's cute. She can have a dude tomorrow. And I'm not talking about some dude who's playing the game trying to get money out of her or trying to get, some validation out of her or just want to be seen with her or trying to use her for whatever. No, I'm talking about a dude who would absolutely fall in love with her, want to be with her, and would ask her to marry him. Only problem is that dude might be around 5'6", 5'7", maybe 5'8", and he's probably making about $55,000 a year.
That actually kind of makes me sad because it just highlights how you can't fully control your life as much as you want to. Like, if you want to pursue a career, you can, there's a step-by-step way usually on how you can do it. There's like a guidance in terms of how you can accomplish it. But when it comes to love and relationships, there isn't really a lot of guidance in terms of how to do it. So you might want all these things, like want marriage, want children, but like, how do you ensure that you get to have that? There's no guidance whatsoever on how to do it or how to accomplish it. And on top of that, because it's also reliant on other people, it's reliant on you finding someone else who also wants you, and that person also wanting all of those things that you want as well, like a serious relationship and commitment and a family. But if you can't find someone like that, then you kind of have to just accept the reality that you're not going to be able to have all these things, even if those things matter a lot to you. So I can completely understand why she's crying, to be honest with you. It's perfectly valid because you have to grieve a life that you want but you can't have because you can't control it. You can't fully control. Well, you can control it to a degree, but because it also requires another person, you can only control 50% of it.
I don't get why I'm.
And we're gonna leave it there. The rest of the video is in the description below, guys. Click on it and watch the rest. I'm gonna have to watch the rest as well. I haven't seen it before. I've stopped watching them up front because I want y'all to get my raw take on this stuff. But it is 60 to, I would say 75% of this is on the women. 75% of this is on the women, ladies. Especially that lady. Like, be honest with yourself. Y'all control it. Y'all control access to the Foxy Brown. Y'all control. Men want to be with you, right? You got to understand who you qualify for, and you got to understand what you're dealing with, right? And then to say that no one's talking about it, Rollo Tomasi has written how many books on this? You know what I mean? Like, the manosphere, the red pill world, ladies, you don't need a key to get in. You don't need a special passcode. All you got to do is watch DL Saying I Really Want to Know podcast when I talk about this sort of thing. You can watch Fresh and Fit. You can watch Access Vegas. You can watch Entrepreneurs in Cars, right? You can watch Anton Daniels when he has this stuff. You can watch the Lapeef Network. It goes on and on and on and on. A lot of these women are watching, right? Ladies, you got to understand
that everyone doesn't get a trophy when it comes to this. The top tier dudes are going to do what they do. Period. And if you ain't exactly what they want, they going to blow your back out, right? They going to blow your back out and they going to move on to the next one, right? So it is what it is. And Brother Michael's like saying, please let women in the West and all these races, please get rid of these fake lashes and the fake nails. Nails, please let the women know that. Yeah, I tell them all the time. Cody's telling them, like, ladies, get in shape. That will solve. Hey, bro, Cody ain't lying, y'all. Get in shape. That'll dudes are gonna look at that. Get in shape. Get rid of the nails. Get rid of the lashes. Right? Wear makeup the way it's supposed to be made. It's supposed to just enhance your beauty. Don't change yourself into a whole nother person. Right? Don't change yourself into a whole nother person. Right? And women who do wear a lot of makeup, they are insecure. They are afraid. Right? They're afraid to get out there and show who they really are. Man, these lashes and the makeup is terrible. I'm with you, brother. You know what I mean? I love naturally beautiful women. That's a fact, bro. I'm with you on that. Brother Michael. You know what I mean? Brother Pickney. Same thing. Since sex became easy to get, love became hard to find. Brother Pickney be dropping dimes, bro. That one right there, we got to give it down to Marco because that is a fact. That is a fact. And women, why is sex easy to get? Because ladies, y'all just throwing it out there, bro. Like a picture in the World Series, just throwing it out there. So I want to check out, if we can, this next video. This is Stay Slick with Kit. We're gonna watch a little bit of this. Like, don't watch Fresh and Fit. Yes, watch Fresh and Fit. Watch Fresh and Fit, especially when Myron. Watch the episode when they had Candace Owens on there. Watch that episode. There are tons of episodes out there that you can watch on Fresh and Fit and just listen. Watch Anton Daniels when he had Myron on his show. Watch that then. If you don't want to watch Fresh and Fit, just watch Myron when he was talking to Anton. Right? I broke down one of those shows. They got like over 2,000 views on that. I'm going to probably break down another one. Right? Just, you have to learn how to take what's good and leave what's bad. Like you take the meat and you leave the bones. Like, ladies, y'all need this. Y'all need it. The information is out there to say that no one's talking about it. It just simply isn't true. It simply isn't true. There are people talking about it, right? And one of the things that they're talking about, which is what we're going to talk about with Stay Slick with Kit, is the whole the body count conversation, right? The body count conversation. It's a thing. It's a thing. You know, with me, my take on it is this. Ladies, if you got a high body count, man, shove that stuff in the closet. Deep in the closet with all those other skeletons. Shove it in the closet. Right? Don't let people know. And modify the way you act, because the top tier guys and the guys who got game, they know. Right? So it's not cool. Don't be running around here letting people know that you the one, like you lose. They used to call it fast when I was growing up. Oh, you got fast, girl. You out there, you a loose chick. You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure out a way to keep that to yourself, because if it comes out, it's going to work against you. It's going to work against you. And if you're dealing with a guy who knows what to look for, he's just going to be another notch, you know what I mean, in your count. And he's going to move on because he know what he's doing. You know what I mean? like even Brother Michael want to know what's wrong with Fresh and Fit. I'm telling you, sis, like there's some stuff that's wild. It goes off the chain. It goes off the rails, but that's just for views and whatnot. The real information. And sis, I'm here to tell you, Miss AKA lady, when I was in studio, every time I was in studio after a show, the ladies who were on the show, they all said the same thing. All of them said the same thing. Myron ain't wrong. They agree. They're like, man, what he's talking about, he ain't lying. You know, they're like, he is spot on. The only thing they didn't like, the problem they had, is the way he said it. I'm just letting you know. After every show, they're like, yeah, they just didn't like the way he said it. And they were all grateful. And Myron, you know, it was Myron who always went down to pay for the valet and stuff like that. And they all thanked him, and they all say they want to come back and all that good stuff. And what happened on the cameras, like, just work. It would just work. right? And it's again, you gotta take away, leave the bones and take the meat, right? Because he's not always disrespecting women. He's not. Watch him on. You can watch it. I did a video. I think it was last week. Myron and Anton is on the thumbnail. Miss AKA lady, watch that one. Just watch that. Just kind of tip your toe in. You can watch that. It's safe. And they were split screen. It was Myron's on Lapeef's show with the dust panel and everything. It was no screaming. There was no yelling. There was no craziness on the panel. Now, I'm sure it was some craziness in the chat, but on the panel, you should check that out, sis. I'm telling you, check that out. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, check it out. So we're about to watch Stay Slick with Kit. It may be very little meat, sis, but take the little meat that is there. It's still sustenance. Leave the bones, but take that little bit of meat. Pause. Pause. I guess I could say that with her. But yeah. But we're about to watch Stay Slick with Kit, the debate. Why is body count still a thing? I think this is something we should definitely want to talk about here. Body count, right? So let's check this out. Let me check. Okay, the mute is not on, and here we go.
Do you care about a guy's body count?
Not at all. I have a preference for it to be higher than, maybe someone who's got maybe like 5, because if it's higher than that, then they have more experience, and therefore they're probably going to be better in bed.
Yes. So would you say you have a preference for it to be higher than yours?
Higher than about 5, I said. Yeah.
Okay, so you have no preference if it was higher than yours or not?
That's nothing to do with me, no. About my experiences. Why would that have anything to do with me?
No, I'm just saying that in terms of like, do you have a preference in relation to you, or is it just it's about the number?
No, I just want him to be experienced. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to fuck a virgin, to be honest.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Well, if you're a good chess player, you don't want to play against a kid who's never played before.
Well, I guess you could teach him, couldn't you?
No, I'm okay. I'm not up for teaching no man. He can do it himself.
Okay.
Right off the bat, y'all heard that. Now, before we dive into that, Miss AKA lady, I get you, sis. Like, you're right. So, would I listen to a woman who preaches how to run men's pockets? Yes, and I do all the time. Where you think my game came from? Women that I'm cool with, just like, nah, stay away from her. This is she on some. I can't use the words that they use because I'm trying to stay YouTube friendly, but they were like, nah. I had women on my team because we were in the hood. I had women on my team, hood chicks, that would tell me like, nah, this is the game she running. Nah, come check this out. Let me show you something. Meet me over here at this time. You think she the good girl, huh? Meet me over here, right? And I'll show up, and she'll walk me in like, look over there. That's your people right there. See what she doing? This how she makes her money. Yes, the answer to your question, yes. If it was a woman on YouTube preaching it, I would absolutely say, yeah, listen to her, and I would tell everybody we will be reacting to her content right now. Absolutely. Now, this stuff right here, you're absolutely right. The political stuff, when they go off the rails and Myron goes on to this stuff, yeah, I don't listen to that at all. Nope. There's nothing there for me. There's no value there for me. The political stuff I stay away from. The radical political stuff. Right? So again, you leave that. That's the bones. You leave that. Like, I ain't on that. But when the information comes out about relationships and all that other kind of stuff, again, watch that Anton Daniels show when he had Myron on there. I'm just saying, sis. You know what I mean? Just saying. You know what I mean? So, is that who that is? I need to look her up, bro. I need to look her up because I don't think I checked that out, man. Do me a favor, Brother Penny. Can you drop her link in here so I can go check that out? Look at Cody doing his thing, man, stirring it up, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of the times when again, you have to leave the bones. Like when it's the craziness, you leave the bones. But right off rip, let's get back to this. Right off rip, Kid was asking her about what type of experience level does she want in her dude, and this woman is saying, I want my man to be more experienced sexually than I am, at least. And then she said 5 bodies, so that's to imply that she's only had 5 sexual partners in her life. Okay, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't believe that, but okay. All right. So she wants a guy that's experienced. right? A third of men today are sexless, right? That's what we hear about all the time. Sexless men. Like, men are sexless. Men don't have any friends. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So she wants the guy who's out here smashing everybody. And I told you, this is one of the things, like when I talk about top tier guys and getting into the top 20%, it's not just about money, height, fitness, and all that. It's the dudes who have games and know how to smash. If it's a dude out here smashing a bunch of chicks, he's a top tier guy. In my book, he's up there. So, and this is what women want. And then Kit said, he said, well, look, you find a good guy. He's the one, you know what I mean? You think, he's everything you want, whatever. Can't you just teach him, sexually what's up and da-da-da? She's like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And see, Miss AKLA's like, that's why I'm here, so I don't get played. Exactly. We putting the game out here for anybody and everybody. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Mr. Pitney. We definitely gonna check. I'm checking that out. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Let me highlight that right there. So let's continue.
So it would actually be a bit of a turn off if he wasn't that experienced.
Yeah, if he was poor in bed. Yeah.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Do you think it's okay if men have their own preferences?
Sure, men can have their own preferences. Are you saying the men prefer lower body counts?
I didn't say that.
Right. I knew that's what was coming next. Yeah, sure. Men can have their preferences. I don't mind.
Some men do, some men don't.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's the reason behind that, isn't it? If a man wants a woman to have a low body count because, well, what do you think the reason that would be?
Maybe her relation to how she shares her body, maybe.
Right.
I'm not saying that all men are like that, but...
No, they're not.
Why? What do you think about that?
I mean, we're all different, but personally, I don't really care. I mean, if you want a woman, I don't know how old you are. If you want a woman and you want a girlfriend or even a wife to settle down with, you need a woman who's lived. You're not going to find a 30-year-old woman who's not lived and had experiences. If you want a woman who has not had a lot of sex or not had a lot of relationship experience, then you should go date a fresh 18-year-old,
And they do. This is the problem with modern feminism. And this is why I like Stay Slick with Kit. If you guys haven't, please go over and subscribe to his channel right now, support him, watch his videos, and comment and like and all that good stuff and share. This is the problem with modern day feminism. Women don't understand how men feel about that, especially the top tier guys. Now, I believe that I fall in that minority of men who I really don't care. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, would I get into a committed long-term relationship and possibly marry a woman who was an adult film star or an OF person, right? Or she was on the track at one point in her life. She was out there, selling her, renting herself out on the street, you know what I'm saying? As a street worker? No, absolutely not. If I know that, if I met the woman, everything is perfect, and then I found out, let's say a year and a half in, because 2 years to vet. If I find out a year and a half in, I'm like, this ain't gonna work. She immediately gets shifted into a different category. Doesn't mean I'm gonna dump her. Doesn't mean I'm just gonna get rid of her, but I will never be a long-term. She will never be my long-term, right? I would immediately stop taking her around people, you know what I mean? Because that will begin to that point where I started bringing her around my inner circle. I would never bring her around my inner circle. I'll keep her around. She's gonna be fun. We'll switch it up. You know what I mean? It's like, I know you about that life, so let's bring some girls in here. Let's more the merrier. Like it's time for our version of a freak off. Shout out to Diddy. Ugh. I can't believe he beat most of those cases. But ladies, y'all need to understand that top tier men do not want sexually experienced women. They just don't. Especially the dudes who choose. They get to choose. They get to exercise options. And what did she just say there? Well, if you want a woman like that, I guess you have to get you an 18-year-old. Yeah. And that's exactly what these men are doing. Did she just agree with Andrew Tate? Yep. You know what I mean? I hear you, brother Michael. My thing is, I'm just not hung up on it. I just come from a different world. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Right. And if you don't care about that sanctity or quality of your body, why should any guy? Cody has a good point there. Oh, Joe's in the building. What's good, fam? Let's show some love. We over here talking some good old fashioned red pill. You know how we get down. But that just blew my mind a little. Again, this is why it's best to have just a one-on-one conversation. And it just blew my mind when she said that if you want that, you should go get an 18-year-old woman. It's like, yeah. These dudes are like, right. These English dudes, with the way they talk. Right, I think I'll do that. Oh, why did she say that? That's just so crazy, man. Like saying, you remember that version of Fresh and Fit around 2022? She was a virgin, beautiful, and she was Jamaican from Canada. She had a red dress on. I do. And she was saying that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was with Myron and Fresh on that one. Like, I don't know, bro. But here's the thing. I admire her for putting it out there, and if she can pull it off and keep it quiet, then she's great. And if she's messing around with true top tier dudes, she'll be able to keep it quiet. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm thinking she probably had 2 or 3 at least 2 or 3 dudes. Honestly, questions, cause I'm curious. Do y'all really want a virgin, Miss AKA Lady? I don't, but there are a lot of guys who do. Think about it. I'm not saying she got to have double digits, but a virgin, honest question. You're going to get honest answers here. They're going to let you know. They're going to let you know. They're going to let you know. Let's get back to the video.
It's just bizarre. If you want someone who's the same wavelength as you, who's had emotional maturity through relationships, and they've had life experience just as you had, then that woman is going to have to have sex. Like, that's just obvious. I don't know. Am I explaining that well?
No, yeah, I don't even disagree with you.
Yeah.
I don't even disagree with you.
If you're loving this episode and these kinds of conversations, then I want to give you something. We recently launched the Kits Angels community. This is a sisterhood for women who are tired of what they...
Miss AKA Lady, join us and let me know if it's any good. Join us so we can review it and tell other women to join. Kit's a good guy.
Dating scene has given them and are ready to take their love lives to the next level. It's a space for you as a woman to not be alone in your journey to love, where we learn, talk, and share our experiences as part of a strong sisterhood, with some leadership and guidance from yours truly, of course. Not to mention never before seen videos from me on how I've led dozens of women to meeting great men.
And Miss AKA Lady, when you send the information to join or whatever, mention me, say, hey, DL Saint sent me. I'm going to ask Kid if you can get a discount. I'm like, hey, my friend, Miss AKA Lady came over. Give her a discount, bro. Bruv. I'm going to say bruv. Give her a discount, bruv.
As a thank you for watching this episode, I'm giving you a month's membership completely complimentary on me. Just click the Kits Angels link below, and when you join the group, message me the code phrase Angels Podcast, and I will pay for your membership. Now back to the episode.
I think his...
Well, damn, there it is right there. Ladies, go check that out. He's giving you the first month for free. Go see what's going on over there. And I'm not just saying that to be talking crazy here, man. I watch Kit's content. We DM back and forth. I really think he's a solid dude. I really do. And I think he can add some value. I think he's if I'm not mistaken, he's an actor. He's in the business. He's definitely a top tier dude as far as the height and fitness. And I think money, he might be there, especially if he's acting in London and he can support himself. He's got to be there. But yeah, ladies, if you're watching this, try that out. It's free. It's for 1 month. Just see what's there. See those other videos. See what's going on in the locker room. I'm pretty sure some real good talk there. And let me know. I don't want details. Just let me know, like, yo, that is good over there, so we can continue to promote it for Brother Kit. Back to the video.
And this is what I say to guys, right? I think it's not about the number. It's about what the number represents. Because you can have a woman who's got you can have a guy who's only slept with 2 women,
right?
But they were really long-term relationships.
Exactly.
So he might have had a lot of experience, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I would even ask, even for you, if you met a guy and he'd only slept with 3 girls, right? your preference is higher than 5, you said,
Yeah.
but they were long-term
Yeah, not
relationships.
just one night stands. Exactly.
Exactly,
I guess
right?
it's-
So
yeah.
he can still have a lot of experience. So I think when it comes to this kind of conversation, it's not so much about the number, it's just about that person's relationship to sex and what the number represents. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, but I mean, if a man is going to cry over a woman having sex at, you know, lots of sex with guys when she was at uni or something like that, or not even just if she's sexually active and wants to have sex, if you don't like that, then you can just piss off. Like,
And that's exactly what they'll do. They'll piss off after they smash you. There she is right there, bro. She done got folded up, blown out so many times. And she's like, well, if you're not going to accept me for doing what I was doing, piss off. Okay, fine. Let me hit that real quick, and then I'll piss off. That's exactly what's going on. And it blows my mind that they can't, you know what I mean? They just can't seem to draw the line between those two things. It's like, especially the top tier dudes, especially the dudes that have options. Now, the dudes, the bottom 80 guys, like this woman right here, she can wind up with just a cool guy. Again, we all fit between that 4 and 6 range. She's not wearing a ton of makeup. You know, like English women, they kind of do a different thing, but she's fit. I would say she's definitely 5.5, 6 on that 0 to 10 scale. You know what I mean? I would say she's above average, above the median, let's say. She's not going to have trouble getting a dude that's going to want to commit to her, but she's not going to be able to get that top tier dude to commit to her. That's the thing. And I mean, it just blows me. It blows me away. You know what I mean? It just blows me away. And look, Miss AK lady, she's like, I'm good on sisterhood, but the first month is free. I just want to just jump in there and see what they're doing. It's not spying. It ain't spying. I just want to know, like, you know, you're a solid sister. It's like, no, they talking about some good stuff in there. I would do it for you, sis. If it was free, I would go over to some other thing somewhere and check it out and come back and it's like, yeah, it's good. I don't want details. And I believe the information is solid. Just from watching this content, I think the information is real solid. But I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Let's continue.
you know,
Yeah, she's just not for you.
yeah, she wants to do what she wants to do.
Equally,
I'm
if you're
sure
a guy
if-
who've only
if
had
he-
one night stand, then this girl's not for you either.
Literally, exactly.
I hear that.
Yeah.
What's something else you want to bring to the conversation? Check those out. She came prepared, guys. She came prepared. We always enjoy that. We are going through these.
Actually, no, I think that's everything we've really.
Yeah. All right. Let me ask you something.
Sorry.
No, not at all.
Anything else?
Oh, she's getting something else. Do you think
Cody, you a fool, bro.
it's hard? Are double standards ever okay?
Double standards.
Yeah.
Are double standards ever okay? No.
Right, see, this is kind of crazy. And Brother Penny, yes and no. Like, he's doing what Fresh and Fit is doing without the big crowd and the chaos. The one-on-one conversations are really good because the women don't have a chance to join the herd. So you're really going to get to hear what they have to say. It's unfiltered. So this is great. You know, I really like this. And I have yet to find another content creator that has the kind of reach and the ability to bring in so many different women. Again, kid's a top tier dude, successful at what he does in the entertainment business, right? So people are coming over to holler at him. He has no problem bringing women over and they feel secure with him. So I really like what he's doing. And says, Miss AK lady, men over 40, you know, you got to think about how many men over 40 in America are virgins. Think about that. Again, when we had these conversations, women fail to realize that the top tier guys are truly getting the vast majority of women. Like the average dude, there's a lot of, I know a couple. There are dudes out here going into their 40s, never been with a woman before. And as they hit their 40s and it's like, I'm tired of saving myself. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of dealing, you know, trying over here. They're not giving me any love. So what do? They get a passport and they go to Thailand, Philippines, you know, you name it, you know, Brazil, Colombia, and then they go buck wild. And people are like, oh, they gave up. It's like, well, you can see it, you can see it that way if you want, but they smashing. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, I don't know why autocorrect did you like that, bro. I was like, but I was thinking like you were just trying to do it like in the British thing. I was thinking the British accent or whatever, but that's hilarious twice. Man, I'm telling you, man, they after you, bro. I'm telling you, it's the feminist gremlins. They coming after you too, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't just me.
I don't know. It's a bit of a broad question, really. No?
Yeah. Would you be
I feel like that's the wrong answer. I'm leading into a trap.
No. There's no wrong answer at all. I think the reason I ask is because I think sometimes there's some things we look for that are the same. There's some things we look for that are like different, right?
Right.
So like, for example, and the reason I ask is because you say about, you know, being a strong feminist, you know, and you would really value that in a man as well.
Of course.
So
I don't like men who aren't, you know, you need to bring up women, you know?
I agree. I think every man should bring up the women in his life for sure. But I think, like you said, like in terms of being a feminist today, that, you know, that looks like a certain way that you very much subscribe to and you want your man to subscribe to. Yeah. So like, for example, you know, is having a family and children, is that important to you one day?
Of course.
Yeah. So would you have not an issue, but I guess how would you feel being with a guy who maybe went 50-50 on everything, like in everything in the entire relationship and your relationship moving forward? Is that something that you would subscribe to?
Yeah. I have career goals and I want to, you know, do well in my career. I want a man who also, you know, at least has a job. So yeah, 50-50 is definitely something I would do if we're both earning.
Would you ever provide for a man?
If I was in a position where I got a large salary and my husband or boyfriend, no, not boyfriend, my husband wanted not to work anymore, I guess he didn't need to, then yes, I would provide for him.
Would you not do it for?
I'm surprised she didn't say partner. So there might be some hope for Shorty. And she's saying, she's very young. She's saying, yeah, I would provide. Boy, if that's true, that puts her squarely in the minority, man. I'm talking a very small single digit minority because most women ain't really trying to do that. You know, it's one thing to be like kind of 50-50 or whatever. But you know what? That's the new reality. You know, there are women out here coming out making big bread. And then they realize they can't lock down a top tier dude. So they're going to have to holler at, you know, the dude that they were really into, that they know loves them. That's what I was talking about in that feminist show, bro. When I did that, the fifth wave of feminism, when I gave my prediction on what the fifth wave of feminism is going to look like. And I, you know, yeah, she has been exposed to the brainwashing, bro. Real talk. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, you know, she's going to have a hard time getting the guy that she wants. You know, and even if she comes out making, you know, a couple $100,000 a year, man, she is not going to be with a dude that's making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. She's not. She is going to want to move up. She's going to want to find a guy on her level or higher, which means she's going to be out here hunting for the top, 8% or something like that. Yo, my man Chris, we did a video. He's a writer, he's an excellent writer. We did a video a couple years ago. He was on the podcast talking about writing. He just wrote, he's in the process of writing a trilogy. And it's a vampire story. It's a vampire movie. The best trilogy I've ever written. Like he's more than like, he's working on the final movie of the trilogy, the final installment. Guys, it is so good. I know what this is off topic, but he's texting me right now and I'm just, you know, the script is so good, bro. It's like I'm fiending to read the last installment. Like he's telling me, all right, I got the first 20 pages done. And like he has sent me like 5 or 10 pages. And I thought it was the whole script. I was mad. I was like, yo, bro, I thought this was the whole thing, man. I was mad. I had cleared time. I was going to sit down and just read it all. And it was just like the first 5 or 10 pages, bro. I was salty, but boy, oh boy, it was good. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there, guys. Y'all know I'm always into all kind of stuff, and I'm still messing around in the entertainment business. This script, this trilogy is fire. And it has nothing to do with Sinners. It just so happens that Sinners dropped and did really well. I still haven't watched that movie yet, but I'm going to watch it soon. I'm going to watch it with my daughter because she likes horror fix and vampire stuff. But this is a story of that vampire world, the trope that I've never heard before. Like it is amazing, guys. Utterly amazing. We're gonna get this. Somehow we're gonna find the money. Somehow we're gonna get into the room. Somehow we're gonna get this done. I just want to throw that out there, guys. So I have it somewhere. So I got the pressure on me, like, yo, Saint, what's up with that movie? Because I am hitting up everybody I know, bro, for real. Like I've never done this before. I've never gone out and reached out to some people that I've reached out to say, hey man, have a look at this. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that good. But anyway, let's get back to this. And Cody's right, man. The point of a husband would be so she would have a choice. But she's lying anyway. Useless, he was a stud. I mean, bro, that can keep you in the house. Like if you just blowing the back out in a certain way just to make her toes curl every single time, that'll keep you around for a little bit. But that's short term. It ain't gonna keep you there long term because she's gonna want that financial security. So she could have the option to step away from what she's doing. If she's making $200,000 a year, she's gonna want the option to step away if she wants to. And only a man making what she makes or more will provide her that safety that she needs, that security that she needs to step away from that. And Brother Michael, like, she's not attractive at all. Bro, have you been to London? That's all I'm gonna say about that. My assessment was correct. I was basing that on what's in London. I'm not here, not in the US. That was me being as nice as I could to give her the highest score I could. And I'm like, well, let's base it on London because that changes the scale. But she's definitely, for London, what I said stands. Now over here, yeah, she'd be on the other side of that median. She would be definitely, I would say 4.5, 5. But in London, I'd give her a 5.5. I mean, it's crazy. It ain't Twilight, girl. Cody, it ain't Twilight, bro. This is something I've never seen before. Like the whole way he did this, it just takes that vampire trope and stands it on his head. It is a great story. Like I said, we're gonna push to get this thing out of here. Oh, stop the presses, y'all. Stop the damn presses. All right, we got brother Dino Dinosaur in the building. I mean, brother Dino, man, we got this we got this young lady sat across the sofa from Stay Slick with Kit. Do us a favor, man. You over there in that part of the world, on a scale of 0 to 10, where would you place this young woman in the video that we're watching? Let's get back to the video.
Your boyfriend?
No, God, no.
What? Why not, Jess? Why not?
Why would I provide for my boyfriend?
Why not?
He hasn't given me a ring. Why should I give him anything, you know?
Do you not think guys provide for their girlfriends?
Do they?
I'm asking you, do you not think that they do?
I think 50-50.
I know, but I'm just saying, do you not think that a lot of guys provide for their girlfriends?
They may do, yeah. But that's not what I would do.
So would you tell them the same thing? Be like, well, she ain't your wife, so don't do it.
Yeah, if you both have a job, then, you know, I do agree with 50-50. I'm not going to sit here and call myself a feminist equality and then say that men should provide everything for women. That would be extremely hypocritical.
So what's the difference for you between like a boyfriend and then the husband, that you would go, okay, I would do this for my husband, but I wouldn't do this for my boyfriend?
If we were just boyfriend and girlfriend, then it's not like you haven't got, it's not, what's the word for it? It's not like,
secure?
Yeah, secure, stable. Like, I'm not providing for someone who's not my husband. If we're husband and wife,
Mm-hmm.
we have kids, then of course we're a team, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll provide for him. Yeah.
Okay. If you had a son, would you say the same to him about with women? Be like, unless she's your wife, don't provide anything for her. Make everything 50-50.
I think it's nice when men buy their girlfriends gifts and flowers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do the same. I like nice gifts and you know, buy a dinner once in a while, you know. But yeah, 50-50 is definitely something that I agree with. Yeah.
That last bit right there, again, I have hope for this one right here. I got a little hope for it. Fellas, if you're dealing, like, for the young guys or the guys who are new to the game, if you're dealing with a woman who does her best to reciprocate and with more than just sex, like if she like cooks for you, even though she doesn't really know how to cook. Like I had a woman who like, she's like, oh man, I love your cooking, but she didn't know how to cook. She went and watched some videos and talked to her aunt, and she learned how to make, it was a tuna casserole. She learned how to make this tuna casserole, and she put in so much time and effort. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't the greatest tuna casserole I ever had, but I sat there and I ate it, and I told her, I was like, I was so grateful for her to just try that. I mean, she didn't burn it. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those things. She invited me over. She made the casserole, and I was so impressed by her effort. You know, and she was like, she was like, you hate it. I'm like, I don't hate it. And I wasn't lying, because I try, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't hate it. And I ate it, and she was like, she thanked me for eating it. She was like, I see you trying to eat it, but she took me out and we went to like the lounge and got our hors d'oeuvres. You know what I'm saying? We got some appetizers at one of the places that she liked to go to. And, you know, but it was the effort. So if you have a woman who puts in effort and she's trying, especially something like that where she knows she's not good at it, she's being vulnerable and she's giving it a shot, yo, that's a woman you might want to look at keeping. That's a woman she's doing her best to add some value. And now she's coachable. Like, you know, they talk about that on Fresh and Fit. A lot of women hate to hear that term. Oh, she's coachable. What do you mean coachable? It's like, bro, she's willing to try for you. That right there, bro, like that's a woman you can rock with. And Mandrell, man, I've been too busy, bro. I've been too busy to watch it, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. And now that brother Dino told me that I might not want to watch it with my daughter. I might want to watch it first. Because they got some things going on in there. But yeah. Yeah, and people are saying Sanders is the film of the year so far, so we're gonna check, we're gonna see. It's like, if we live together, you paying for housing. This is Miss AK. Hey lady, if I am going to take on the majority of housekeeping, I'm not giving 50-50 on housing. I will pay something else. But housing, nah, I'm good. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But these young girls, they don't see it that way, sis. These young girls, they have a different way of looking at it. I'm telling you, it's a skewed version of feminism. And, you know, they're seeing some things out there that they're trying to avoid. I mean, it's just kind of weird. And you can see it with this one right here. This young lady right here, she's sitting there trying to convey how she getting down. And it's not, you know, I don't think she really cares. I think she'll pay half the rent. I think she'll pay half the utilities. I think she'll pay for half of everything if she had it. The question is how long, right? How long? That's the thing. And if she's really into the dude and she really loves the dude, she might do it indefinitely. She might do it. And all the dude has to do is get married. And then the question becomes, will she pay half for her wedding and her engagement ring? Will she pay half of that? I don't know. Let's get back to it.
Yeah. So I'm kind of confused about the question though. So would you tell your son to only do 50-50 until she was a wife?
Yeah.
Okay. So like not extra presents or gifts or
no, with gifts and things like that. I mean that well,
provided she has to be doing it for him, right? Because that's equal.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if he likes this girl and they're doing 50-50 and she's not buying him gifts, and he could still buy her gifts. I mean, it's not black and white like that, you know. It's not
equal, 50-50.
Okay, well, she could be doing something else for him.
Like what?
I don't know.
So now you're coming over to the way I'm thinking. This is what I was saying about how we invest in different ways.
Okay.
Right? So even though he may have been giving more in one area, you're like, she could be doing something else for him. Is that what you just said?
Okay.
Right?
But it could be the other way around as well, you know.
Like yeah, but yeah, of course. Yeah. But that's why I asked you, what would you tell your son? And you didn't necessarily say, oh, well, no, you shouldn't do that for her unless she's your wife. You're like, okay, well, he could do that for her, but then she does other things for him.
What other things are you thinking of?
No, I don't know. That's why I asked you. Okay. That's what you said.
No, I think my son could choose what he wants to do. I mean, 50-50 seems pretty normal for me.
I would not tell my son that.
Really?
Absolutely not. No.
You want your son to pay for everything for his girlfriend?
It's not about paying, but it's about providing a frame for her to be the woman that she wants to be with him. I think that's the role of the masculine.
So the role of the man is to provide financially?
No, that's not what I said.
What?
It's to provide an environment where she feels safe and secure that she can be the woman that she wants to be?
Through paying.
It doesn't have to be through paying.
Oh.
Because it's even
Whatever.
like, it's okay. It's simple things like, let's say you're going out, right? Let's say you're in a social environment. Sometimes just having, just having contact on her, know that, okay, he's aware of her. Does she feel safe? Does she feel comfortable? Right? Even if you're in an unknown environment, or like walking back from the station, or you're walking somewhere, just putting her on inside of the road, not the outside, right? Little things like that. I think it's really,
That's
I
nice.
think it,
Yeah.
of course, but like, that's not
problem with
equal,
that.
right? Because she's not going to do that for him, is she? But there's nothing wrong with that.
She's not going to do that for him. Okay, so we're not talking about money anymore. We're just talking about.
So, Cody, you're a fool. I think what Kid is doing is he's moving the way he moves and says things the way he says them to avoid the appearance of being confrontational with his guests. That's what I think he's doing. He's allowing them to stay cool and calm, chilly willy. He doesn't want them to freeze up, because this young girl is confused. She will freeze up. She doesn't even know really what she wants to say. Like Mr. AK was saying, like, why is she questioning a man providing? Stop it, mama, because she doesn't know any better. Right? I believe feminism has this fourth wave of feminism, and this new version of feminists have reached the crossroads. And these young girls are truly confused. They really don't know what they want. All women have a hard time figuring out how to get the guy that they want. And then even harder time, coming to terms with the fact that they're probably not going to be able to get the dude who's 6'6", making $1 million a year and with a six-pack and all that other stuff. But these young women are like really lost in the sauce, just as lost as the bottom 80% of dudes are. Like, they're really out there. These young kids are just like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, she's sitting here saying, like, I don't want a man to pay for me. Why not? Why not? You could put your money aside, or like you guys could use her money to do other things to build up what y'all doing. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, Cody, you crazy. Feather gloves, first time I heard that. You know what I mean? Brother Michael, like, if a man is married, he should be the breadwinner. I agree with that. And a woman should be home with the kids and take care of the house and still have a side hustle from home. I can see that. I'm even okay with if a man and a woman get married, and let's say that the woman she just graduated from Harvard Law or Harvard Business, and she's working for, you name the corporation, and they're paying her, really high, like $200,000-$300,000 a year to do whatever she's doing. If they sit down and decide, like, hey, dude's gonna stay home, work the side hustle, keep the house together, maybe go out, buy real estate, wherever it is, wherever the side hustle is, and she's gonna focus on her career, right? If they decide to do that, fine. It's just one of those things, like, will she stay committed to the plan? I don't have a problem with that if they decide to do it. But the thing is, it comes down to leadership, right? That man has to, still has to be the man. He still has to be in command. Remember, like I said, he has to be the commanding officer. She's the first officer. She's the XO. In my opinion, he needs to be the commanding officer, because if she's the commanding officer and he's the executive officer, he will get relieved. There will be another XO. In fact, it won't be another XO. She will go find a commanding officer to follow. So you got to be very careful. But for the most part, Brother Michael, I see where you're coming from. I'm okay with the traditional role. I really am. But I see where you're coming from. And I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Cody's right. Like, she and they are programmed to say no to things. But when met with reality, they want something different. I believe what you're saying. Like, what I mean? Yeah, once they hit the wall, I'm not going to use your term, but once that Foxy Brown gets dry, you're right. Once they hit the wall, she ain't going to want to deal with that feminine stuff anymore. I agree with you there. Don't let your ego limit that household income. Facts. So let's watch just a little bit more of this, and then we're going to switch to our final video.
In general.
Well, I
being
just said
50-50, like,
providing safe, secure environment. Like, yeah, sure, financials play a part, but that's not the only thing at play. There are many ways you can do that.
Men should provide a safe environment for their girlfriends. I completely agree, because it's against other men, you know? We're providing a safe.
Just the world, really. It doesn't have to be against other men. There are other women out there who are also dangerous and threatening. Or you don't think so?
Sure, I mean, 1 in like 100, but
I mean, you know the highest rate of, you know the relationships that have the highest rate of abuse, you know it's lesbian relationships, right? It's not straight relationships.
And she didn't know that. Look at her.
how many lesbian?
Does not compute. When faced with the numbers, these young women are truly just, they get their faces smashed in. Like, what? And here are the numbers. Where do these numbers come from? It came from law enforcement. It came from the courts, right? It came from the Pew Research Center. It came from these places, like real places. This is not biased information. These are just the numbers. It blows their mind. They're like, what? They didn't talk about this in university. Of course they didn't.
Relationships are they compared to men?
Well, there's a lot less, and that's even
Yeah.
why it's like, that's crazy that the abuse is
There's a
more
more
in that.
abuse in lesbian relationships. I had no idea.
Yeah, in terms of like lesbian relationships have the highest rate of physical abuse.
Right. I had no idea.
So it's like both men and women can be threatening,
Okay.
right? And be capable. Sure, they can be capable and threatening in different ways, some in the same ways, right? But what I'm essentially saying is that, you know, and this is why I asked about, you know, what would you say, what would you subscribe to your son? What message would you give him about with his partner, his girlfriend? And I think, because when I talk to a lot of women, I think honestly, I'd say you're pretty much an exception to the rule. Because when I talk to a lot of women, they actually prefer to be with a man who they would consider quite masculine, who they would consider confident, a good leader, so that they can rely on.
All those things as well.
I know, but if he's going to play that role, that means you're not playing the same role, right? It means you're looking for different things with his nationality.
Why does it have to be one masculine and one feminine?
Because
Why does
that's
it
how
have
the
to be
world
one
works, my
person
dear.
being the leader in all these masculine qualities? Why can't the women also? That's what I was talking about, you know, being a power couple.
Mhm.
I see there's nothing wrong with two people who are very much, I mean, we use the word masculine, but you mean like independent and strong and things like that.
Mm.
I would say that I myself am that, but that doesn't mean that I'm looking for a man who's more feminine. I'm attracted to masculine men, but I myself am also masculine in that sense, you know?
Do you see how confused she is? And the confusion will go away with time. She's young. She's still confused. As she gains wisdom, she will come around. But she is definitely confused, right? That's what feminism has done to a lot of young women. And it is what it is. You get all this information and you want to believe what you want to believe. You know, it's kind of like the conversation I had with my daughter. Papa, why I gotta be a girl? Why is gender a thing, Papa? I want to be a piece of cheese. To me, this is like that piece of cheese conversation I had with my daughter. And at the time, she was like, what, 13, 14, 12, 13, something like that. So we had this conversation. She was in middle school. She was in elementary, I think. Still in elementary. And we had this conversation. She's like, Papa, I want to be a piece of cheese. And I said, fine, you can be a piece of cheese, but you're a girl piece of cheese. This reminds me of that conversation. Why does it have to be one masculine? Because there's no such thing as a 50-50 relationship. You can't have two commanding officers. You can't have two chefs. Someone's going to have to follow someone else. Someone's going to have to play the role. Yin and yang, plus and minus. Someone's going to have to be masculine. Someone's going to have to be feminine. Even, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Yeah. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like this. Yeah, Cody's like, man, she don't even know what the hell you're talking about, bro. Like it's, and again, she will get there. And I think that with this technology and with social media and YouTube and these type podcasts, young women are learning. I mean, it's just they're learning. They are learning. And she's sitting there across from Kit, and she's probably thinking, man, I want to be with this guy. I want to be Kit's girlfriend. That's probably what she's thinking, right? Because she's learning and she's being led. She doesn't even realize she's being led. Hey, while I'm thinking about this, guys, I have a Substack because I told you about my friend Chris, who's the writer, and I have a lot of friends. My friend BJ. We had BJ Bills on the podcast as well a couple years ago. BJ is really doing something. They are in the process of editing a movie they just did. They got some Hollywood A-listers in it. It's a good movie. I don't think I'm allowed to mention who's in it yet, but it's coming out soon. They're in editing right now. So I've been reading a lot, like getting a lot of scripts, reading a lot of stuff, and I decided, you know what? I've always kind of wanted to try my hand at writing. I have a book that I've kind of been working on that I really want to get done, but I'm not quite sure what style I want to use. So here's the deal. I created a Substack, and on this Substack, I'm going to post one story a month. One story a month, and I'm trying to find my story. So once I find my story, I'm gonna post it in the chat here. I just asked if you guys would read it and let me know what you think. I'm trying to find it. If you guys would read it and just let me know what you think of my story. Maybe it's in my dashboard. I'm brand new to Substack, guys. I don't even know how to use it. Oh, here it is. I want to read post. There it is. I just found it. Let me. Can I share it? I think I can share this. Hold on. Let me just drop this in the chat. Let me know if you can see it in the chat, guys. I'm about to drop it in here in 1 second. Do me a favor, if you got some time, read this thing that I wrote. I'm currently working on the second one now. Will it even let you click it? Or I'm sorry, guys. You know, all this stuff is new to me. I'm just not good at it. Here's a link. Wait a minute. Copy link. Link is copied. All right, I found a link. Paste. There it is. There it is, guys. Forget about the first one. Let me get rid of this one. Delete that comment. It's gone. There's the link. So do me a favor, guys, and take it easy on old Uncle Saint. All the stories that I'm going to be writing on that Substack, they're all inspired by true events. So there's that story that is titled "The Day I Met Death." That story is inspired by a true story. I was walking. What's in there did happen. After you guys read it, let me know what you think, and then I'll tell you what really happened that day. But just let me know. You know what I mean? The page is private. I'm sorry. I removed that. I put the link in there. I think you guys will be able to get there to the link. Let me know if you can get to it. Yeah, just kind of check it out. Let me know, you know, be as honest as you want to be. Y'all know we keep it real over here. So my bad. Y'all see I'm all over the place, but I'm using Substack so I can kind of sharpen my writing skills, figure out what style I want so I can really get serious about this book I want to write. And when I do write this book, you guys are going to get the first copies. I'm going to make sure that my day ones get the first copies. I'm like, here are the copies. And I appreciate it. It's going to be a proper book. The second link works. All right, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. So, check that out. Let me know what you think. You don't have to read it now. Just read it later. Hit me up on Instagram. Or if we're here, you know, we can just tell me we'll take a moment or two. If you're here, we could talk about it here. Because I want to, you know, I need to know. Like, I really need to know, like, bro, y'all can tell me like, nah, you know, stick to the podcast and stick to comedy, or, you know what I mean, stick to being retired. You ain't got what it takes. Or you can tell me like, nah, man, I dig it, man. Keep it up, or whatever you want to say. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. That's my commercial. Now back to this video. So this young girl is just confused, guys. She's just confused. She doesn't know. It's like she's probably gone to university, or she's surrounded by a lot of women who are saying these things. She's not around the women who want to have children, who want to have a husband. She's not around those women, you know what I mean, who are like, nah, be careful with that, you know, feminist stuff over there. She's not around them. She's with the young girls. They're going to live forever. This is great. We're at our peak, right? So I'm curious to see how she turns out. You know, like it is what it is. I'm really curious to see how this turns out. Let's watch just a little bit more, and we'll see. What you say, Cody? The Curious Adventures of D.L. Saint coming soon. Hey, bro, listen. What I'm gonna do with this Substack, like I'm gonna post these stories once a month. I'm gonna post a story. I'm working on the second one now. It's a war thing. It's like it's a combat thing. The second story is gonna be a combat thing. And then I think what I'm going to do is take the ones that people like or the ones that I like or whatever. Maybe, you know what? This is what we'll do. We'll have a show. We'll put together the ones that people think are cool, and then we'll make an ebook out of it or something, right? And then we'll throw the ebook out there and see what happens. But I appreciate you. Just like The Curious Adventures of D.L. Saint. Hilarious. I don't know how to take that. Pause. You know what I mean? Miss AKA Lady's like, I am a reader. You average 13 plus books a year. Wow. Appreciate that. Wow, you read way more than I do. I tell you that. 13 a year? Wow. Let's watch this last little bit and then we're gonna switch over.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But what we see play out is here's the thing. If you're gonna have two people in their masculine, and for an intimate relationship, they clash a lot. And if you have two people in their feminine, they clash as well. And this is what I was saying about attraction, right? There needs to be polarity. Now, I'm not saying that, okay, if a guy or a girl, whoever's the leader in the relationship, whoever's the captain, that doesn't mean that they dictate and say everything they want to, that whatever they say goes. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because even if you're the captain of your team, right? And if you get into an environment where like, oh, this person actually really knows this really well, you're going to look to them and be like, hey, this is what you're great at. What do you think we should do? Right.
And why can't that happen both ways?
What do you mean?
And you're great at something else. So what do you think?
Because the same things don't attract. It's like, you know, taking the magnet and both positive sides push each other away. I mean, it's universal math. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I think that Kit is taking this opportunity to kind of coach this young lady up because he believes, like I do, that there's a chance there. There's a chance to get through to her, and she's listening. So I think that's what he's doing, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna have her in his group, where you know, what I mean, she's in that locker room, so to speak, and getting coached up more because I think there's a chance with this particular young lady. I wouldn't write her off quite yet. If you guys want to watch the rest of this interview, it's in the description below. Please go over there. And again, like, share, subscribe with Stay Slick with Kit and Patience Xina. Please like, share, subscribe. And we're about to move to our last one, our last video for the evening. This is FBE Capital. I like this channel. If you guys haven't gone over there, I'm pretty sure all the fellas in here are on, you know, following this page. This brother right here does really excellent work. And sometimes his videos cut so deep that YouTube takes them off for no real reason. He's just, you know, putting the facts out there, but they just don't want him on there. So he, you know, he has a website as well, so you can watch I think it's FBE Raw. This one hasn't been removed yet, so hopefully we'll be able to talk about it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna watch this video, The Massive Delusion of Women on Dating Apps, Modern Dating and Relationships. Bro, I'm telling you, this is crazy. Hey, I think she has hope. Sis, I think she has hope, but I'm not quite sure. I mean, she can go either way. You know what I mean? She can go either way. Like what Cody said, 5 solid pounds of foundation. I think women should definitely wear less makeup. Definitely wear less makeup. And Brother Michael, this particular woman isn't wearing like the weaves and the long fingernails, those talons and the bat lashes, but he does have women on the show who do. So that's over there as well. It's over in London, it's, you know, UK, it's over here in the US, of course, Canada, Australia. It's just a thing. Women see that. It's a lot of women who just want to go with the herd. They think it's cool. They think that's what dudes want or whatever. It just makes them look hot. I mean, just look at Instagram or whatever social media platform you want to look at. They all start to look the same. And you know what? Cody's right. She will find a nice English lad, you know what I mean? And they'll, become a red or a blue, you know what I mean? It'll be United or, Chelsea or, you know what I mean? What's the name of that other one? Tottenham. She'll be a regular footballer with her bow. So, let's check this out, man. This is FBE Capital. This is a good one. Let's go.
In today's online dating world, modern women like to complain that all men on dating apps are ugly. But the irony is, dating algorithms simply present those women with the most likely equivalents. So when those women say all the men they're looking at are ugly, they're actually looking in a mirror.
Where are you finding these men? Because on the dating apps, everyone's ugly.
How can you be balding and still ghost me? I'm over it. I'm done with Hinge, I'm done with dating, and I'm done being discouraged because I'm so sorry everyone is atrociously ugly.
Oh, God!
I bet you guys are gonna come in my comments and be like, oh, you're chopped too. I'm not.
You gotta know who's on your level in terms of attraction.
I'm very hot, baby. And you don't have to tell me I'm ugly because I know I'm not.
In reality, you would cry of happiness if me or her or any of the women in her comments section touched you.
God, please, no!
You would cry of happiness.
No!
If me or her touched you.
No!
In what world we would be a match?
The chopped man epidemic is real.
Bruh.
I have told my friends for years that I get so genuinely irritated over the fact that men are so ugly.
Ugly to call women ugly. I wasn't gonna talk about the chopped man epidemic until I saw this chopped man on my For You page.
And you don't have to tell me I'm ugly because I know I'm not.
If me or her touched you.
Atrociously ugly.
It would not be the same if the roles were reversed.
Well, that's great.
That's right,
This is
boys.
fucking
These
great,
are the
man.
top tier, grade
Now
A
what the
quality
fuck are we
women,
supposed to
calling
do?
all of you guys
Where's some real
ugly.
pretty shit now, man?
And
You
still
finished?
ghost me.
I just went to the bathroom and
Game
realized I
over,
put my
man.
underwear on
Game
backwards.
over.
Oh,
What
how
are we
will
gonna do
we
now?
ever
What are we
recover
gonna
from
do?
this?
Okay,
Now,
that's great.
ironically, you'll never hear men say something this moronic, that all women are ugly.
Bro, I'm going to back that up just a little bit because I had to throw my sound effect in there. Bro. I mean, Lord have mercy. What the? Lord have mercy, bro. Like, this is what's going on. Now, this is a huge problem. Again, the vast majority of us on a scale of 0 to 10 fit somewhere between 4 and 6. But when you talk to women, they all say the same thing. We're all 10s. I'm a 10, she's a 10, we're all 10s. That lady over there, 450 pounds, she's a 10, we're all 10s. Nah, all the dudes are like, yeah, bro, this is where I fit in. Guys know you got to get in where you fit in. It's not a problem with men. We get it. Right? And things it's based on merit too. It's like, yeah, dude might be 5'5", but boy, he got dimes. Okay, it's the money. He did the work to get the money. He did the work to keep the money. Or he's got game. Like the dude just know how to talk his way into it or whatever. There's some dudes out there who do that. Say what you want about pickup artistry, man. Some of that shit works. You know what I mean? They're playing mind. They in your head. They Jedi mind tricking you. Right? These are not the joys you're looking for. Bend over, let me blow your back out. I think I'll bend over and let you blow my back out. Those aren't the joys I'm looking for. And just bam. You know what I'm saying? It's dudes who can do that. They Jedi mind trick themselves into that. And guess what? That's how it's done. That's how it's done. You know what I mean? That's how it's done. It is what it is. These chicks are cooked. And it's social media that's pushing it. Can't really blame them, bro. It's social media that's pushing it. It's a mass delusion, bro. It is what it is. And all these chicks are getting smashed by the top tier dudes. And then they don't know. And then they absolutely refuse to talk to the dudes on their level, man. You know, Whole Math talks about this. Rolo's been talking about this forever. What does Rolo say? These women would gladly share an alpha than be saddled with a faithful beta. This is what he's talking about. This is what he's talking about. So, I mean, it is what it is. And Miss AKA Lady does, listen, and Brother Michael, I have had the honor of being in the presence of this sister. She's none of that. She's real, like none of the stuff that we always talking about, like, you know what I mean? None of the lashes, the hair, none. Always appropriately dressed. Like she's like, I remember the first time we met, I think it was the first time we met, sis, when you came to the comedy show. Just an amazing sister. And then we went to a cigar lounge once. She had one of her homegirls with her. So nah, bro, like this is the type of woman that I tell dudes, like, this is what you're shooting for. You know, if you could find your woman like Miss AKA Lady, you know what I'm saying, you good. You know what I mean? Like if you could find that type of temperament, that type of mentality, that type of like courage and self-esteem, you're good. But it's hard to find them. They're hard to find, bro. Just letting you know, putting it out there. They're hard to find. Look at Cody. Cody trying to get smacked up. But that's my people. Miss AKA Lady, man. She ain't no joke, man. That's my people. Let's continue.
Okay.
That's right, boys. These are the top tier, grade A quality women calling all of you guys ugly.
How can you be balding and still ghost me? I just went to the bathroom and realized I put my underwear on backwards.
Why?
Oh, how will we ever recover from this?
Gross.
Okay.
Now, ironically, you'll never hear men say something this moronic, that all women are ugly, since we all know there are plenty of beautiful women and hot guys all around the world. However, these dragons jumping on the all men are ugly bandwagon are just butthurt that they can't get a hot guy to put any effort in and care about them since he literally does not value them. And don't take my word for it, just take it straight from the horse's mouth.
Because men do not love us, or men do not find us attractive. I wasn't going to talk about the chopped man epidemic until I saw this chopped man on my For You page, and there aren't men that are like, wow, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Like, they don't act like that towards us, right?
See, this is what I mean. Please drop a like if you think that women like this are just butthurt that they can't get a hot
Please
guy
like
to
and
commit,
subscribe over there,
and comment down
FBE
below
Capital.
what you think. Because I have never heard truly beautiful women complain about not being able to find
And
hot
you never
guys,
will.
since beautiful women have zero problem attracting handsome
Facts.
men. They usually complain about not being able to find men that are serious about dating them or about having a mismatch in values and lifestyle. But it's always the absolute gargoyles that will scream from the top of their lungs that there are no hot men out there, as if that somehow qualifies them as being hot as well.
I'm very hot, baby.
Yeah, sure
Hey,
thing.
bro, real quick, I had to pause it there, man. Listen, like I said, like non-perfection, I think, is beautiful. The term I used before, I can't think of it right now because the ring is in her nose, bro, and I can't even think right now. I don't even know what to say. I mean, man, shorty got a pair of cojones on her, bro. She got a pair of cojones on her. Like if she would have come to me and say, hey, should I wear this nose ring? My response would be,
Houston, we have a problem.
let's continue.
Dude. You see, these are the women that don't understand the difference between love and lust, and that most men will anything on a Tuesday night when they are bored and horny. That's why no matter how a woman looks, she will still get that, hey, come over to my place text.
I literally haven't been on a date in 2025. I've matched with like 80 people. We talk for a little bit and then I'm like trying. I'm like, do you want to go like get a drink or whatever? No, they just want to have sex. They're always like, come over.
See what I mean? Now I could just make this video about tearing into the looks of every one of these gerbils that call men ugly, but that's just too easy and everybody else is already doing this. No, I like to cut a little deeper and go after their souls.
Always cut deeper, harder when there's fat and waste.
Oh, we shall. Because if you call an ugly woman who is shitting on men ugly, she'll just brush it off as you being an incel. However, if you expose her bullshit, she's gonna look like a moron, and trust me, she will be pissed.
And
Imperfection is perfection. I couldn't think of it earlier, man, because that nose ring just blew my mind apart. Good thing I got these headphones on, because if the headphones on, y'all would have saw my brain oozing out of my ears when she said that.
I said this quite poorly and I got clipped. God damn, I'm just so sick of people misinterpreting me.
Oh dear. I'm going to clip the out of her. And by the way, that is not misinterpreting her. That is simply rebuttaling all of the bullshit that she's peddling. Now, we're gonna have some more fun with this buffoon later on, since she actually chose to go after a guy on TikTok and call him ugly, and it backfired in a spectacular fashion. But before we do, let's first debunk a massive myth that a lot of delusional modern women seem to have, and that is the idea that dating apps are somehow locking all of the hot guys behind a paywall, and therefore these women are only seeing the ugly ones.
Everything is kind of hidden behind a paywall now, like they're hiding all the hot people behind a paywall.
They are stuck behind the standout rose jail on Hinge, so I have to like either humiliate myself and send them a rose or pay to like release them from the jail, and I'm never about to do that.
I'm not gonna pay to find a partner. Like, I'd rather be alone and have $7.
This is total bull, and not even these women themselves believe this, which is why they refuse to pay as little as $15 up to $50 a month to access this magical world that doesn't exist.
But wait till you hear the kind of money they are dropping just to be around these top tier dudes, man. It's crazy. Here's the thing. If you got any money in the dating apps at all, get your money out, because that's all about the crash and burn. It's over for the dating apps. Forget about it. So get your money out. But everyone realizes it doesn't work. These average women, average at best women, subpar women, right? You know, sub-mid women, or whatever you want to call them, they're starting to figure out that there's some dudes, top tier dudes, and won't even holler at them. These women are shooting for the tens. The tens are like, are you serious? Don't even want to smash them. That has to be a gut punch. That has to really destroy you as a woman. When you sit there and throw your Foxy Brown at a dude and he actually hits it out the park, literally like, get it away from me. Pow, it's out of here. Like, he's not even touching it. You're like, could you, like, bro, man, do I want to tell this story?
Everybody sit down, please. It's story time. It's story time.
All right, I'm not going to use any names to protect the innocent, but, and this is when I was real young. This is when Uncle Saint was a mere puppy. Right? I'm saying I was in the military or whatever. So came home and I'm with a bunch of people that I went to school with. You know how everyone does. You come home or whatever. So I'm with friends. We rented a hotel suite. Nothing spectacular. It was kind of like at the Econo Lodge kind of thing, Amerisuites. It was one of those. It was like a step above the ones that you know, it didn't have roaches, so it was a step above that. But bro, we are, you know what I'm saying, galaxies away from Four Seasons, you know what I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? We're, you know, bro, Mondrian, we ain't nowhere near that, right? So got a bunch of my friends over. And one of my friends was telling me, you know, I had a crush on you in high school, right? Mind you, high school was fucking 18 months ago, right? So it's like, had a crush on you. I'm like, word? So we go into the master bedroom and we finna, so someone's on the door. There's a commotion just outside the master bedroom door. My cousin was on the other side of the door trying to keep another female friend of mine from school away, trying to keep her out. And he just got frustrated and was like, you know, F it, gone. She burst in there. Mind you, me and my other little friend are under the covers for a reason. Like, we had to pull the covers up. What's going on? This girl jumps in the bed and was basically like, I gotta have you. Just like that dude. And what was that on the Boondocks or whatever? That dude, the meme from the dude in jail, like, I gotta have you. She was on that. I'm sitting there, lying there with an 8. Here comes this 3.5. And nobody got nothing that night. Let's just put it that way. I sat there and the 8 just got up and got dressed and left. And I'm sitting there trying to get dressed. She's trying to hold. I'm like, no, ew, no, stop. I'm getting mad. Like, get off me. It got like that. Like, I've never put my hands on a woman, but boy, I was like, I'm gonna have to defend myself here. She was just let me do this, and it's gonna be the best ever. Nah, no, thank you. I'm gonna move on. That had to be soul crushing. To have a dude and you're sitting there trying to say, take this Foxy Brown, and the dude is fighting to get away from you. Has to be soul crushing. That reminds me of what's going on now. It just reminds me of what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. That has to be soul crushing for a woman when you believe that all I got to do is just give him this Foxy Brown, he's gonna take it, and you got a guy who's like, no, not just no, but get away from me. No, let me put my clothes. I already have my clothes off. Already in the right position, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, nah, my little man went down like Pac-Man. Boop, time to go. That had to be soul crushing. And that's what's going on with these women, throwing themselves at these dudes, these top tier guys, and these guys are like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Block, delete, nah. That's really you? Show me a picture without no makeup. Oh, ew. That has to be what's going on. And bro, that, I'm telling you, man, like that. And I just thought about that because I was like, bro, that had to, I never saw Shorty again. It's funny fact. My cousin was trying to keep her, fighting her to keep her from coming into the room. He wound up smashing a few months later. Maybe it was a year later, but he wound up smashing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Bro, I had no choice. I told you I was a fresh puppy, man. My game was nowhere near complete. I know how to deal with it now, but I had no idea how to deal with it then. And this is how the game gets built up, bro. Trial and error. This is how the game gets built up. And people are like, well, how would you handle that in the future? Don't invite any threes. Right? Don't invite any threes, any fours. They ain't coming. Dimes only. We 7 to 10s only. That's how you get around that. Because if it was another dime that came back there talking about I need to have it, then guess what? We'll try to make it a three-way. And if it's not a three-way, then okay, it doesn't matter to me which dime I'm going to hit. That's the mentality of most men. And ladies, y'all need to understand that. Y'all need to understand that. When it comes to smashing the dime, like, well, which dime does he want? Whichever one is willing. That's which dime. Which 7, 8, 9, or 10 does he want to smash? He just wants to smash. They are all beautiful. You know what I mean? The answer is all of them. That's what you got to understand, ladies. Miss AKA, like, she's like, Jesus, these story times, I wasn't ready. But I shouldn't be, hey, you should expect it. You know how I get down. This is how we do it. I think it's called locking the door. Bro, she was beating on the door, man. If we didn't let her in, the police would have came. There's no getting around, bro. You ain't getting that piece of meat away from that from that lion. But, you know, it is what it is. And for anyone who's wondering, the answer is no. I never did get to smash the dime. I never did get to smash it. It just, and we've seen each other multiple times since that had happened. You know, it's always a wink and a smile. That's the one that got away. That's the one that got away. Let's get back to the video.
Since anyone would easily pay $20 a month if that would mean they suddenly get access to thousands of beautiful people. I mean, for God's sakes, people are literally paying Equinox and other overpriced gyms well over $300 a month for that exact same reason.
Australia's like best gym. It's a members only gym, right? And it's so hard to get into. It's like a $30,000 membership.
The ideal place to meet a guy over 35 in New York City is Equinox. Before 7 a.m. though, and after 6 p.m. not during the day.
I was up at 5:30 because all the good guys go there before work.
Boutique gyms. Things like Barry's Boot Camp is a great one. You guys, the Barry Boot Camp and Chelsea, the hottest men alive.
So ladies, just stop with the bullshit, okay? We're not buying it. But more importantly, the whole goal of dating apps is to facilitate matches. Not necessarily successful matches, but simply matches. Since this increases the interaction with the app, keeps users on platform, and it fuels a need to keep coming back over and over again. Which means that if you are a woman who's only seeing ugly men, then guess what? You are ugly. That is not...
Algorithm doesn't lie. The algorithm doesn't lie. These women are just, man, why is the algorithm showing me all these mid men? Because you mid, baby. It's a computer. The computer know what it's doing. You know what I'm saying, Miss AKA lady? Good question. But what if the 9's wing girl is a 3? Well, the way we handled it back then, we just let her know it was on. And what she would do is let you know, like, all right, look, I'm finna drop shorty off and I'm gonna come see you. Or I'm finna drop shorty off, meet me at my place. That's what she would say to the guy. So the 9 understands she got to get rid of the 3 to get the dude that she wants. And that's how it was handled back then. The way it's handled now, I suspect the 9 calls the Uber, make sure the 3 gets in the Uber first, and she closes the door and tells the 3, hey, girl, you get home. I appreciate you coming out. I got to go. You know, my ferret is sick. My mama called. Something's going on. Whatever. Old girl drives off with the Uber, and then the 9 goes and hollers at the dude she wants to hit. That's how I suspect something of that sort will happen. But, yeah, that's what happens. Like, women know what they want to do, and when they're ready to do it, they make it happen, period. So the 3 will block like alignment. I've had that, dude. I've had Sam Tripoli calls him the goalie. Shout out to Sam Tripoli. One of the funniest bits I've ever heard in my life. Talks about the goalie and the monster. I'm gonna hit Sam up and see if he has a link. I'm sure he has that video somewhere. I'm gonna hit Sam up and see if he gives me a link. And the next time we're on, I'll play it for you. The goalie and the monster. What a great bit. But the goalie is the chick that keeps, you know, she's the one that's gonna keep guys from scoring, right? The goalie. So I've been in situations in LA, everywhere. I've been in situations where I'm just chilling. This is why I always go out by myself. And you connect and you talk, you talk your talk, you got the right one, she's ready to go. And she's like, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do about your friends? Like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it. And they almost always give me a time. Like, yo, here's my address. Meet me here at this time. Or what hotel are you in? Like, yo, I'm at the W, I'm at the Mandarin Oriental, or I'm at wherever I'm at. She's like, all right, I'll be there, and they'll give you so much time, 45 minutes to an hour normally is the thing. And they'll shake, you know what I'm saying? They'll shake the blockers, the linemen, and then they'll come circle back to you. That's just how it works, bro. That's just how it works. Let's get back to the video.
My opinion, that is simply the algorithm gods smiting your ass.
I'm really struggling as a 28, 29-year-old to meet men that want to date me that are my own age because they're all looking for younger women. It just makes me feel so undesirable.
Now, another woman who's not happy about the group that she's correctly placed in is this one right here, who's apparently very angry at what she thinks are the normal beauty standards set by men.
You don't know how to get off to a normal looking woman because you're so used to weird shit on the internet. You goon to weird looking alien plastic surgery messed up looking porn stars on Twitter. Normal human women don't have lips so big they look like they could explode.
She's so angry. But I don't even think that her beef is with men. I think her beef is with other women online that do this kind of nonsense to themselves. No guy looks at Lauren Sanchez, now Lauren Sanchez Bezos, and thinks, wow, that is beautiful. No,
I just got to take a pause for the cause. Lauren Sanchez is a beast, man. She's a G. She's a G. Look at her equipment. And she managed to get one of the wealthiest men in the history of our species, right? You know what? Don DeMarco to her for pulling that off. Don DeMarco. And what a L for Jeff Bezos, bro. This is what I'm telling you guys. Y'all better get gamed up or you're going to wind up like Bezos, waking up to this every day. But here's the thing. Bezos loves her to death, bro. Loves her to death. This is the only woman he wants. And she's still out there. I will bet $1 to a donut, $1,000 to a donut that she is smashing all kind of dudes in Bezos's in his circle. She's just going around just smack banging the pool boy, the waiter, you know what I'm saying? The security guys, the driver. She out here going buck wild. I guarantee, but that's to take nothing away from her, man. She's a G. She won the game. She did what she had to do. Wow. That's all I got to say about that. I got respect for her. You know what I'm saying? Game peep game, bro. I can't hate on her.
He thinks, wow, that looks fucking weird. And so yes, I actually fully agree with her that all of these Kim Kardashian wannabes look absolutely disgusting, and most men do not find these ridiculous levels of Botox, filler, and BBLs attractive at all. It is clearly women themselves who are pushing this idea on other women. Now, since Bezos just married one of those freaks, clearly there is a market for it, but it doesn't mean that the majority of men want a plastic freak show. And since we're on this topic, what is up with these ridiculous fingernail claws? Like, what the hell is this?
Brother Mike.
Now, further proof that this chick can't handle reality and likes to be disingenuous is the comment reply video right here. Yeah, that is not at all what happened, since she now pretends as if all she said was, guys should shower a little more, and then all of these toxic men out of nowhere freaked out for no reason. No, that is not what happened. Let's take a look at what she actually said that got people riled up.
You guys are brain rotted gooner freaks. There are so many cures to male baldness. You don't have an excuse. Get some rosemary oil, get a scalp massager, and get on Rogaine. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, they're hating us for things we can't control. Yeah, you can control male baldness. You can control your beer belly, and you can control your off-putting, strange personality that you have because you don't have hobbies.
See, you deceptive little minion. The shower part was clearly the least aggressive of that entire crash out, where she was clearly just raging at men for no reason, and the moment that men pushed back on her, she instantly pulled the victim card. And so this is what these modern women constantly do. They will come online, talk a bunch of shit about men, and then when they get caught out for it, they run and cry misogyny and pretend as if they did nothing to provoke the criticism. Which brings us to the queen of picking fights and then running away crying like a little rat.
Bro. Everything she said, everything she's doing, and all these other women who are doing the same thing, you know, using this technology, putting themselves out there, they all got dudes that want to holler at them for real. I ain't talking about the dudes who might, you know, it's a slow Tuesday, just smash them. I'm talking about there are guys in their lives that want to lock these women down to marry them. This is why they're so comfortable saying these things, because they're getting attention, validation, and all that stuff, and offers from dudes. So what do they do with those guys? Well, friends on them. And these women are putting on makeup, bro, and when you put on makeup and you still barely a 5, it's like, yo, just don't even wear makeup. Just go ahead and just do you, babe. And you still gonna get dudes that want to holler at you, but these women are still going after the top tiers. What does Coach Greg Adams call them, Brother Pitney? 49ers, they're 4s and they think they're 9s. Spot on 100%. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, all that money. And it's like he has all that money. He married her. Why? Because he loves her. Same thing, Travis Hunter. Same thing. You know, age don't mean nothing. It's just once a guy falls in love, we talk about this all the time. Men fall in love ideally. Women, most of the time, they love opportunistically, right? This dude, Jeff Bezos, been in love with this Sanchez chick forever. In his mind, he's thinking, I got the best ever, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? It's cool. It's cool. Right? It is what it is. But if he had any game whatsoever, yeah, man, he would have been out there, you know, like, bro, for real, like you could get Selma Hayek. If you want to get older, come on. This is what we're doing. But he has no game to get anything better, and that's what he wanted, and that's what he got. That's how I look at it. It is what it is, bro. But you got to have some game. You got to have some understanding on how this shit works, bro. And guess what? Bezos, he's happy. He's happy. I'm pretty sure there's some sort of agreement there, some sort of prenup, but they're not going to need it. She's older than me. You know what I mean? Like, she's like mid-50s on her way to into the 60s. She's not going to need a prenup. She ain't going nowhere. She is not going anywhere. Right? And they are cooked, bro. But they get all of this validation from these dudes, man. I get where it comes from. Director Skinner from the X-Files. I remember him. I remember Skinner from the X-Files. You know what I mean? Is that actor still alive? These chicks doing makeup looks like the female version of him. Oh, that's crazy, man. True, though. That's true. Cody, now I see where you're going. Yeah, that's true, though. I mean, like, bro, you can get what you want, but he got what he want. You know, sometimes people want to get that vintage vehicle, man. They ain't trying to get the brand new Bugatti. You know what I mean? I mean, saying he's a sucker for marrying her. Hey, bro, like I said, she won in that situation. The game is cold, and we just sitting here. Like I say, man, we just gotta look at it, bro. That you don't hate the players, hate the game. Lauren Sanchez is a true player, man. She a Mac, Mac motherfucker Mall. She a Mac. Somebody get her a big pimp cup, cause she got a seat at the table, bro. She got him. That's the ultimate Jedi mind trick. She got one of the richest men on the planet. She won. Yeah, I agree with you though. He definitely could have done better, but in his mind, he's bro. Remember that? What was that in Lord of the Rings? Remember in Lord of the Rings when you had the leader of the riders of Rohan or whatever, he was like an old frail man. He was under the spell or whatever. That's Bezos is under the spell. You need Gandalf the White to come and break the spell, but it's too late now. Too late now. And she was born in 69, bro. Whew. She was born in 69. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Man, that's my age group. Like I'm right there with her. I wouldn't. She's born in 69, bro. You know what I mean? She, Gen X. Give it up for Gen X, baby. That's who we are, man. But that's what it is, bro. I ain't mad at her, man. She got it. She did it. It's on her. Good for her. Good for her. We're going to watch a little bit of this video, and then we're going to wrap it up. I'm not going to be able to play the whole video, man, but make sure you guys check it out. It's about, 15 minutes, 24 seconds. So we've watched more than half, but we're going to watch this a little bit, and then we're going to wrap this up.
It is inherently different saying that a man is chopped versus a woman. All of the people coming into my comment section calling me ugly because of this, I hope you get that back tenfold one day.
So it's okay if we do it, but it's not okay if men do it, because then it would hurt my fragile little fat ego. I've literally heard this argument used over and over again, like I showed in my Fat Girls Getting Destroyed in Dating video linked up here. And don't forget all of the women absolutely losing their minds over the Chris Rock joke, since it was about a woman, but they have no problem constantly shaming men for going bald. But it gets so much worse, since she decided to call out this guy and called him a chopped man online.
I don't even know what a chopped man is. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but yeah, bro, this chick is talking mad crazy about this guy. Y'all got to watch the rest of the video. Y'all got to watch the rest of the video. And yeah, brother, like I said, man, we, you know what I mean? Like our, 1969, 1970, 1971, like we're all Gen Xers, bro. Some people, I got a buddy same age as me that's a baby boom. He's a baby boomer, because his mom and dad had a lot of kids. And he was like the youngest of the bunch. They had like 12 kids or something like that. He's the youngest. So it's like, bro, you Gen X or you're a baby boomer? And he's like technically I'm a boomer because I'm the child of the guys who came home fighting World War II or whatever. So I'm like, matter of fact, I think he's like 6 months older than me. So I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? But I gotta figure out what this chop thing is, bro. Oh, there it is. See, Brother Pitney, the wealth of information. Chopped, incredibly ugly, or unappealing. Word? That's what that means? Jesus. So you're gonna have to go back and watch this video. You can, it's in the description below. Please check out FBE Capital. And the thing is this, man. The reason these women feel comfortable doing and saying the things that they do is because they constantly get all this validation from dudes. Like the bottom 80 man and the simptastic simps out there, all they do is run around. Like right now, she's getting dragged by the internet, but trust and believe there's dudes sliding into her DMs. Oh, baby, you're beautiful the way you are, and blah, 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 and trying to get that back and forth. So she's getting that validation. She's putting herself out there. I mean, they came for her too, bro. Like they came. Make sure y'all check out the rest of this video. They came for shorty, right? And my thing is like, you know what? You deserved it. You said this stuff, and then now you want to run from it. Now you want to hide from it. Now you want to, make yourself to be a victim, kind of like, Cassie from the Diddler thing. Like, shorty, you right there. You were right in the mix. You right in the mix. You were doing this stuff. You were liking this stuff. You were, looked like you enjoyed it in the footage because people are watching it in the footage. They don't look like she's being forced to do anything. You're setting it all up. You brokering this thing. You're picking the dudes you want. Right? And then you're texting Diddy later talking about, yeah, that was great. I can't wait to get with you. Just me and you next time. Like that. Bro. And then when it's all said and done, you want to come back, no, woe is me, I'm the victim, I need some money. And society's like, okay, here's $30 million. Like Puffy gives you $20 million just to shut up, and you don't shut up. And then you get $10 million from that hotel that covered up that horrific incident. Like, she shouldn't have been beat up like that. That was wrong. Like, Sean Combs should have been arrested for that. You know what I mean? But he got away with it. So she got $30 million. Victim? Like I said, that video, man. Predator or prey? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me, man. Please don't forget to read and review. I appreciate that. Thank you, Cody. Yes. Please don't forget to read and review the Substack. I'm trying to sharpen my writing skills, guys. I appreciate that. Yo, be honest, man. Let me know. Like, if you think if you enjoy reading, if it's cool, great. You know what I mean? If you didn't like it, cool. Let me know that too. You know what I mean? Just let me know. I'm trying to figure out the writing style. Like, I need the input. I need the input, guys. Yeah, we need to make the Manosphere movie, man, the Fantastic Four. That would be hilarious. Bro, we need to holler at PBD. We need to holler at PBD like, hey, man, we got an idea. We'll write a treatment. Let's write a treatment, send it to PBD and see if he'd be willing to back it. Because, I mean, with $100,000, we can make something real good. Fantastic Four. $100,000 with today's technology, we could do it. We just need a solid script. And I know just the guy who could write it. You can call it Rotten Tomatoes. So that's the show for today, guys. Like this whole dating thing, man, all I got to say is, ladies, it doesn't have to be this way. It really doesn't. It does not have to be this way. You have to, I think women truly understand what's going on. They just don't think that it applies to them. Like, ladies, y'all got to understand, bro, how many times you got to get blown out, get your back blown out, you know what I mean, by a top tier guys. How many times this got to happen to you, sis? How many times that got to happen to you before you realize none of them dudes going to lock you down? Stay in your range. Get you a guy that you know loves you. The guy you got in your friend zone, that's the dude who really wants to be with you. That's the guy who's going to build with you. Figure out a way to control your hypergamous needs and be with that guy and be happy. I'm telling you, man, children will change your life. Children will change your life, man. They're amazing. When you get a kid, man, it's just amazing, man. It's amazing. So ladies, it doesn't have to be this way. It does not. It does not have to be this way. Just shoot your shot, take your chances. But how many dudes? Like, just give yourself a limit. Like, okay, I'm gonna try with 2 guys or 5 guys or whatever your number is. But once you reach that limit, like, all right, ain't none of these dudes trying to rock with me like that. So, I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop. So, it's just so sad. It doesn't have to be this way, ladies. It doesn't have to be this way. You can find that guy who loves you. You can find that guy who wants to be with you. There are plenty of dudes out there that want you. Before this technology was here, these are the men that women would marry. And they were going to have these long relationships and happy relationships and have their kids and whatnot. And here's the thing. Until they change the family court laws, that works in your favor too. That guy to marry you, he's making his money, 5-7 years down the road. If you don't like it, you can punch out and still get paid. I don't recommend it. And for you guys out there, if you're thinking about marrying a woman who friend zones you for the past 12, 15 years, make sure you get a prenup. Make sure you get a prenup. But the thing is, you're working with a net. You could punch out if you want to. Just don't, because you're not going to be able to replace that guy. You're not going to get better, right? Especially if you have a family with him, like, stay together for at least the sake of the kids, if you can, if it's possible. But ladies, y'all don't have to. Yeah, y'all don't have to be this unhappy. Y'all don't have to be this unhappy. That's all I'm saying. Y'all don't have to be this unhappy. And I think that it's gonna change. You know what I mean? It's gonna change. So Brother Michael, tell modern women, real men in general, top tier or average Joe, we love natural women from the head to toe. That's true, and that rhymes. You know what I mean? Miss AKA like, this was cool, DL defending top tier foolishness. You know what I mean? Cody spazzed out on some substance, beautiful resentment. Hey, it is what it is. Lack of sleep. Yeah, we're doing our thing. So we're done here, guys. We're done here. I want to end with this, though. I want you guys to check this out. Where is it? Oh, I ain't add it yet. Hold on. Let me add it. I want you guys to check this out. We're only going to play just a short clippy clip. So hopefully I don't get this whole stream demonetized. But we're going to end with this. I'm DL Saint, man. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to be talking about this more as we move forward. And appreciate y'all for rocking with me and staying with me. You know what I mean? Peace to everybody, man. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. And I'm out of here. So I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to play the outro, and then that's going to be that.
This is the anthem of all anthem. King Yellowman featuring the champion them. Champion, we are a champion. Champion, we are a champion. Champion, man a ring champion. Yes. Champion.
I had to lean with that, man. I'm going to put this video in the chat, man. Check out this. I wish I could play the whole thing. I wish I could play the whole thing, bro, because I don't want to get shut down. But champion, man, we champion, y'all. Yo, I love that track, man. So I'm out of here. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. I'm DL Saint. This is that Really Want to Know podcast.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.